following is brought to you by the Social Suplex Podcast Network.
Hello, this is Zack Sabre Jr., New Japan Cup winner 2018. And you're listening to Keepin It Strong Style with my mates. Enjoy.
Yo, this is Rich Latta from One Nation Radio. This is brought to you by the Social Suplex Podcast Network. We present to you the Ace of Podcasts, Keepin It Strong Style. Let's go. It's the Ace of Podcasts, Keepin It Strong Style. Covering New Japan, they ready to hold it down. Jeremy Donovan and the young boy Josh. Come and hit a job out in Barrio the Frost. From Tokyo Dome over to the G1. Social Suplex is a network where we can get it done. I'ma chill and let them have it, cause this is just an intro. Keeping the strong style, 6 stars from the get-go, boy. Yeah, from Tampa Bay to the Tokyo Dome, this is Keeping It Strong Style with your hosts, Jeremy Donovan and the young boy Joshua Smith. And thank you for listening.
Welcome to Keeping It Strong Style on the Social Suplex Podcast Network. Jeremy Donovan alongside the young boy Josh Smith. On today's show, we'll be covering Lionsgate Project 11 and the Road to Wrestling Dontaku shows that happened on April 13th and April 14th. We'll be also answering your questions from the mailbag, as well as covering all the latest news in the world of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Keeping It Strong Style is one of the many shows on the Social Suplex Podcast Network. Make sure you support our show and the network by subscribing on the podcasting app of your choice and leaving a rating and review. We're pretty much on every podcast app out there. Just search Social Suplex Podcast Network. You'll find our show along with all the other great programs on our network. You can also get the podcast and columns at socialsuplex.com. Go to socialsuplex.com/subscribe to sign up to get the podcast and columns delivered directly to your email inbox. And before we get started, I want to give a shout out to Puroresu Road. They are a top Puroresu website. They have lots of columns and podcasts, and they're going to start featuring Keeping It Strong Style on that website.
They already are.
Yeah, episode 19, last week's episode, is already up there. And you can check out their website. It's puroresuroad.com.
I am freaking super excited about that. I found out about this recent update today while I was at work, and I was like, what's going on? Jeremy kind of makes the shots and like makes the business moves, and like he's
make the deals.
He makes the deals, and he was like, yeah, we're on this new platform, this new website. They're gonna start featuring our stuff, and I was like, what? And I got a chance to check it out today. They've got other like really cool podcasts, and maybe that will open up opportunity to work with some of these, great contributors that are out there kind of covering the sport of wrestling and the sport of Japanese wrestling, Puroresu. So yeah, I am freaking excited. And those guys, I'd never heard of their website before. Like, or at least I'd kind of seen it like on Reddit. But once I actually got a chance to look at it, I mean, they've got awesome content, and I'm super excited to be joining up with them and kind of partnering.
Yeah, I mean, it's always great to find people who all love Puroresu and love New Japan. So, yeah. Mike, thanks for hitting us up today, and looking forward to working with you guys.
Big Mike. The good Big Mike, not the bad Big Mike.
All right, so we have lots to review, lots of news, lots of questions.
Oh my God. Can I just say that it feels so good to be like doing the classic format right now? We had a lot of fun last week in New Orleans at WrestleMania, but the show we did was kind of an impromptu show. We literally recorded it minutes before WrestleMania was coming on, and I was dead tired. Oh my God.
After going to 11 shows.
We went to another show after WrestleMania.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah, the after party.
Yeah, so I mean, I was just so tired, and like that was a really fun show, and we got to cover a lot of the stuff that we'd seen, in New Orleans. But I missed like actually watching New Japan, and I missed like covering the weekly news and the format we got going. And so when we came home, I was like kind of bummed. I was like, dude, I feel like we're supposed to be recording right now. I feel like we haven't even recorded this week.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm glad to be back, and I'm excited to see, to get into it today.
Yeah. So let's get started with Lionsgate Project 11. This happened on April 10th.
The young boys.
Yeah, and overall, gotta say this was not the best Lionsgate project that's happened so far.
We got spoiled.
Yeah,
We got spoiled with the last like 3 or 4. I don't remember how many. Maybe it was just 3. Lionsgate projects.
The last 3.
The last 3 when they were doing the Young Lions Cup, because that was like actually really compelling and stuff. And this in its own way was compelling, but I mean, we got spoiled with some really good wrestling there. And you know, this is back to like business as usual Lionsgate. So but I mean, definitely this is not gonna be show of the year candidate. I don't think any of the shows we're covering this week are gonna be, you know, show of the year, but
no.
This was a good you know what, I will say this though. The same way how I mentioned I'm glad to be back, this was like a good like palate cleanser. Kind of washed the taste of WrestleMania out of my mouth. Yeah. So I'm excited to kind of do these reviews here.
Yeah, so the opening contest, we had Ren Narita taking on one of the newest young boys, Yuya Uemura. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Uemura.
I don't know.
He's 24 years old. He's a former college Greco-Roman wrestling champion.
Look out, Oka.
Yeah, so made his big debut here at the Lionsgate Project 11. Looks like he'll, be a heavyweight in the heavyweight division.
Most likely, based on his build anyways. I would assume so.
But, I mean, this was a pretty basic Young Lions match. Both guys showing a lot of fire. Obviously, Narita, he's the senior Young Lion between the two.
Finally, my dog Narita, is a senior.
He's not the bottom of the barrel anymore.
My God, yeah.
Narita took most of this match being the veteran and was kind of dominating Uemura. But I mean, Uemura still looked good. He had, nice fire. He sold a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean, the thing with Uemura is he had really good chain grappling.
Yes, he did. That you saw that college amateur background coming in.
Yeah, very, very smooth. He's very natural when it comes to the grappling aspect. I thought he did a fine job selling and firing up. Where he really struggles, man, his strikes are they're super wide and not crisp, and they are stiff looking as you know what.
Yeah.
And not in a good way. You know what I mean? Obviously you want stiffness, you want guys to work snug, but he looks almost a little bit reckless, and also just not there's not that visual aesthetic to his strikes yet, which
right.
Not to criticize him too much, 'cause I'm not gonna be down on the guy. I mean, I thought this was a great debut for him.
Oh yeah.
They're starting out. They're obviously they're very green. Plus Narita is technically one of the best young boys that they got right now.
Yeah, I think Narita's probably one of the most underrated young lions they have right now.
I think he's the most underrated young lion by far. Maybe because of his look. I would say because of his look, honestly, more than anything else. But aside from that, I mean, his matches are the best. I think he might not be the guy with the most upside or the best young lion, but I think he has the most consistently good matches for what he's given, because he's not even allowed to do everything that I don't think he's allowed to do as much as Yagi.
Yeah.
I mean, Narita is great. And I thought that this was a really good, opening match for them. It was a lot of back and forth, but I don't know if you noticed, and we're going to cover a couple matches from these new young lions. They haven't even been allowed to, put on a submission hold yet.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, this was definitely, a back and forth affair, a lot of strikes, things like that. But Uemura, I don't even know how to pronounce it. Uemura?
I think it's Uemura.
Uemura, we'll have to find out. But
yeah.
Uemura, he had some good hope spots and things like that, and some sustained offense, but nothing where I ever thought he was going to put Narita away.
Yeah.
So this is really showing the level, the skill level difference between Narita, who's got tenure there, and then Uemura, who's making his debut basically.
Right. And so pretty much towards the end of the match, Narita cuts him off, locks in the deadly Boston Crab, and gets the submission victory.
Yeah. Really good little opener. Uemura looked really solid. I think that he has a great base to build off of. I was excited to see a new young lion. So, expecting big things from him. And that takes us to the second match of the night, which was Tomoyuki Oka versus Yota Tsuji.
Yeah, so Tsuji, another new young lion making his debut. He's 25 years old. He has a background in American football and Taekwondo. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of an interesting background there for him.
He's bigger than Imura.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're both going to be heavyweights, which we've seen a lot of the young lions right now, like going back to Kawato and then Narita, as well as even I don't know if Yagi will be a heavyweight or not. He has the frame for it, but he doesn't have the weight yet.
Yeah.
And Oka probably could be a heavyweight.
If he bulks up. Because he started off as kind of pudgy, and then he lost a lot of weight. He looks like he
could be a junior right now.
Yeah, but if he still has a pretty decent sized frame, if he continues to cut some more fat and then decides to like bulk up, he could probably be heavy.
But I would definitely say right now, even Umino is probably, the way he wrestles and his look would be like maybe a junior.
Yeah.
Some of these guys have frames to build on, but I mean, when we were doing the Young Lion Cup back in December of the like 5 guys that were in it, they almost all were like juniors.
Right. Pretty much Kitamura was pretty much the like biggest guy. Yeah.
Oka, I guess, was a little
heavier than, yeah.
And Hanari was still a young lion at the time, but wasn't in the tournament.
Right.
So with that being said, the fact that we got 2 new young lions, and Tsuji's the bigger of the two. He's not quite as cut or as built, I would say, but he's bigger. He's got a bigger frame. And it's kind of exciting to see some new heavyweight young lions come into the fold.
Yeah, and Oka also has, the Greco-Roman background. He does a lot of power moves. So this was kind of like a power struggle here.
Yeah.
Because obviously Oka's not as big as Tsuji, but he still does a lot of power offense.
Yeah.
So both of these guys are kind of outpower each other in the beginning.
Amura was good here. I didn't see the same kind of fire, like that whole like fighting spirit deal.
You mean Tsuji?
No, yeah, from I'm sorry. Like Tsuji doesn't have the same kind of like fiery offense
as
Amura had in that first match, but I thought he did a good accounting of himself. I thought of the two, and this is just my take on it, I saw him as being the lesser of the two.
Yeah.
He looks greener than Tsuji in my opinion.
He did have some pretty intense looking slaps. He was slapping the crap out of Oka. Yeah.
I mean, but his stuff is kind of the same criticism I have about Amura, where his stuff looks really stiff, but it's like he's even wilder than Amura.
Yeah.
Like he's all over the place. But I don't know. You know what kind of reminds me of is Taui from All Japan, kind of just like more of like a meandering type of guy, and maybe he'll like tighten things up, but I mean, maybe that'll be his thing, like
those wild chops, big, wild slaps,
like, chops and slaps, But I thought that this was good. I thought it was a good matchup. Oka was probably like the best like big guy to match him up with for his first like match.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed this match. I might even enjoyed it a little bit more than the other one.
Yeah.
Even with the criticisms, just Oka, I think, might have laid out a little bit better match.
Yeah, and Oka is becoming one of my favorite young lions, and I love his suplexes. He had a nice belly suplex here.
Yeah.
And towards the end, he cuts off Tsuji, and once again, the Boston Crab comes into play, locks it in, taps him out.
One thing I was concerned about, I thought Tsuji and Umura, they both did drop kicks during the match.
Yeah.
And, that's a big, like, young lion spot.
Yeah.
They both, like, almost broke their necks, both of them. I was super nervous, like the way that they did them. I was like, oh, they got to tighten that up. I can, hopefully they weren't, like, ridiculed too much in the back for the performances. Hopefully.
I mean, they're both great performances for debut matches.
You know how it is in New Japan, man.
Yeah. Probably still some hidden new squats.
Yeah, so I mean, but this was good. This was good to see these 2 new young guys. I mean, only time will tell what it's going to lead to, but remember the names, Yuya Umura and Yota Tsuji. And two solid debuts. How about, before we move on, how about, like, I love it when Oka puts on the Boston Crab. and the way he differentiates himself from the other guys.
Yeah, he did the Lion Tamer. Was it this show? No, that was on the Road to
that's the Road to show.
Yeah,
But
sorry,
on this
jumping
one-
ahead. Yeah,
On this one, he did where he jumps up and down.
Yeah.
And he really cranks on it. And
Yeah.
he's been doing that since like December, and I love that move.
yeah.
Because you know it's over when he does that.
Yeah.
Like, it's for sure it's over.
Yeah, like you're tapping out.
Yeah. So good little match. Good little couple matches.
Yeah, next we had a tag match with Yagi teaming up with Tiger Mask to take on Geto and Hiro Saito. Saito, excuse me. He's from Tradition Pro Wrestling, 56 years old.
And a New Japan alumni.
Yeah.
And this was awful.
Yeah.
This is really
was
bad.
rough. I mean, you have, 56-year-old Saito bumbling around in there, and then you have Geto, who's pretty much just cheating the whole match.
The whole match, yeah.
Eye rakes, thumb in the eye, like
Back rakes.
lows.
I mean, and there's a time and a place for it, and Gato's by no means a bad worker, but also, like, I don't know. I just thought it was funny that they put Yagi in there with Tiger Mask, like the dude who busted his mouth open.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you got to go work with this dude that just split your wig like a month ago. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. But this was also like one of the longest matches on the card. It went over 15 minutes.
it did not need to go that long.
It didn't need to go that long.
Saito is he's almost like Nakanishi speed, like super slow, molasses.
Yeah. And it was bad. It was really, really, really bad. Saito was the wrong guy to bring in. I know, like, they want to work with these other companies like Tradition and stuff, and it's Hiro Saito. He's got a history in New Japan. I mean, I believe he is Masa Saito's brother and all that sort of stuff. But man, he's like 54 years old or something.
56.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And it's like there are guys who are great at 56, and then there's guys who are just not. And man, he's so slow and so old, and like every time he took a bump, I thought it was gonna be his
last bump. Yeah.
But this was really, really rough. I mean, I guess it's a good experience, quote unquote. You guys can't see me, but I'm doing the air quotes.
Yeah.
For Yagi. I don't know. I didn't think like Tiger Mask looked especially like great here.
Yeah. Just all around, this was not a very good match.
Yep. But yeah, so I mean, essentially, let's get to the finish of this match.
Yeah. So it came down to, it was Geto and Yagi. And Geto pretty much got him in the Geto clutch for the win.
Yep. So Geto clutch, 1, 2, 3. Yagi does the job, clean. This honestly might be like, I don't know how like canon the Lions Project shows are, because they kind of exist in their own realm.
Yeah.
But this is maybe the worst match I've seen from New Japan all year.
Yeah, I think I can agree with that. I mean,
like, I'll never watch this.
All the Road 2 shows, all the Lion Gate stuff we've seen, like nothing has been as rough as this.
Yeah, so let's move on.
Yeah. The next we had Nakanishi and Tenzan going against Ken 45 and Manjimura.
Yep, so a couple freelancers, mainly based out of Michinoku Pro, and they're not exactly like young whippersnappers or anything like that. Like Ken 45's 35, Manjimaru's 33 years old. They've been around for a while. But what did you think of this tag match?
I mean, it was all right. I mean, every time I see Tenzan, it makes me miss Kojima. And it just makes me sad that...
Why are you such a Kojima mark?
Bro, I love Kojima, bro. And it makes me sad that Kojima's not here, and we got Nakanishi instead.
Okay.
Who's, like, bumbling around.
Nakanishi's tough. Like, yeah, it's rough watching Nakanishi these days, for sure.
Yeah.
Ugh, so, yeah. So
I mean, there was nothing really special about this match.
Yeah, I mean, these shows, it's kind of one of those things where it's like like I said, they exist in their own realm, and it's an opportunity to it's supposed to be an opportunity to like bring in young guys to maybe work with some of these legends and stuff, but
yeah,
I don't know, maybe we're missing out on something that's regional where like these guys are like locally known like sort of stars, I wouldn't know, because even though I'm a fan of pro wrestling, my knowledge of it only goes so far, because there's so many promotions and so many things going on. But I can say, like, I wasn't familiar with Manjimaro and Ken 45.
Yeah, I wasn't familiar with them either. And even if they are stars in otherwhere, like, they really didn't get to show much at all in this match.
Nothing here, like...
it was pretty average, below average kind of stuff.
They just looked like some indie, like, jobbers, you know?
Yeah.
If you're a fan of theirs, you know, and you guys... I'm sure that there's fans here that follow Michinoku Pro and Tradition, stuff like that. You know, let us know if they're good. But from what I saw, I was like, man, this is like some headbangers crap. I just thought these are guys you'd see in like a CZW or like a Big Japan Death Match. I don't know. You know, they didn't seem like they were master workers to me or anything.
Right.
But eventually Tenzan ended up getting the Anaconda Vice on Ken 45, and that was all she wrote.
Yeah. And then there was a brawl post-match.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So it looks like they'll be doing some singles matches.
I mean, you know, maybe like, I don't know, 30 years ago, this match might have like landed a little better, but it's not.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's move on.
Yeah, so the main event of the evening, we had Yuji Nagata teaming up with Umino to go against Go I don't even know how to say that. Asakawa and Aito Yoshida. Ayato Yoshida. Excuse me, guys, as I'm trying to learn how to pronounce these guys' name correctly.
You sound like Jim Ross.
Yeah, I do. Jeez.
Yeah, but we get the pass because, I was going to say we get the pass because we're not actively watching them, but I was about to say, like, I guess Jim Ross isn't either.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But yeah, these guys are from Kaientai Dojo, which, it seems weird that there's a Michinoku Pro and a Kaientai Dojo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taka doesn't run them both, or does he?
I think, I don't know. I don't want to misspeak here.
Yeah.
From what I understand, I know he was in Michinoku Pro, and I know he was in like, I always forget what the precursor to Dragon Gate was. Toryumon. You know, I know he was involved with like Toryumon for a while and stuff like that, so I don't know. I mean, I assume Kaientai Dojo, it's Kaientai.
Right.
So, I don't know. Man, we need to brush up on our pro.
Yeah, we do.
Pro history.
We'll have to hit up the Puroresu Road and
sit under the learning tree for a little while.
Yeah. So this was Umino's first main event
for Lions Project.
Yeah. Just in general. I mean, obviously he's not going to be in the main event of any of the bigger shows.
You don't know. You don't know. Don't act like you're I forget his name. The professor.
Oh, Mike Tenay.
Yeah, don't act like you're Mike Tenay and you know everything. No, you're probably right.
But yeah, so his first main event here, teaming up with Nagata, who's, you know, one of the New Japan dads and one of the guys who's always working with the Young Lions.
He headlines every Young Lions show, so I mean it makes sense. This is kind of almost like an unofficial crowning of him as like the junior ace, or not junior, the Young Lion ace, since Kawato is now gone on to Excursion. So I liked this tag team here of Nagata and Umino.
Yeah, they're a pretty solid team.
Umino, however you say it.
Yeah.
First main event, and I thought Yoshida and Asakawa looked good. Younger guys. I will say by this point, sitting through those two pretty lackluster matches back to back kind of like drug it out of me.
Yeah.
And this match, there wasn't, I mean, it's one of those things where it's just like, it's almost like an exhibition. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes they have like little stories that go through these Lions Project shows, but this wasn't necessarily one where I was like invested. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what did you think of, you know, Umino with Nagata, and what did you think of, you know, overall all the guys?
I guess Umino and Nagata, like we said, I think they make a great team. I would like to see them team up more in the future, whether that be in opening matches on big shows or more tag team matches here on Lions Project shows. Mm-hmm. Asakawa and Yoshida were pretty impressive. Young guys that had a lot of fire, pretty intense.
Yeah, one of the things I liked about this was we got to see, I mean, this was a 12-minute match essentially. Mm-hmm. We got to see Umino work from underneath. They did the face and peril spot with him, and then later on, after he tagged out and Nagata came in, and they ended up getting him in the face and peril. We got to see the hot fiery comeback that Umino's known for. He was actually, as good as his big comeback is, I did notice he was a little blown up the second time, and his plus these guys don't work together that much, so there might have been some awkwardness. But
Right, not being familiar with those guys. Yeah,
it was there was something with the timing and the spacing where his fiery comeback, while still very good, it wasn't as dynamic feeling as it normally is on like one of these other shows when he's because those multi-man matches he'll stay out a lot of the time. They'll tag him in and then he'll do the big spot. So I don't know if maybe it was just him being tired or the other or maybe all the different factors we talked about.
Right.
But it was nice to see him get to work with guys from outside the company and also with Nagata and kind of see him in those two different roles in a short period of time in the same match. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So like you mentioned, Umino got the hot tag. He comes in there like a house of fire, hits his big missile drop kick, gets a near fall. Nagata tosses out Asakawa. Yoshida eats a double team and another missile drop kick for a near fall. And then
he gets the Boston Crab.
Yeah, Boston Crab locks in, but then Asakawa, he comes in, makes a save. Umino cuts him off, but then he eats a pop-up knee and a head kick, and then a backdrop driver, and he gets pinned, which was very surprising. I was expecting Umino and Nagata to go over here.
Yeah, I mean, yes, in one sense you're right, but in the other sense it's like that old adage, you've got a young lion in there with a veteran who's going to take the pinfall when you've got two other established guys. I mean, if Asakawa and Yoshida were like some jobbers, maybe.
Right.
Maybe Nagata gets them, but I don't know. It's New Japan. I was expecting Umino to take the fall and completely, to be honest with you. Good little main event. I guess the surprising was somewhat of the finish was a bit of a surprise, but I really wasn't, to be honest. I figure Umino, it doesn't matter if he's like the ace of the young lions, he's gonna keep eating the pinfalls.
Right. Yeah.
Until he gets some sort of gimmick. I don't see him beating guys on that level just yet. I mean, but yeah, I mean, I thought that these two guys were pretty good. I don't know if we're going to see them on other shows going forward, other Young Lion shows, or if there'll be an opportunity. But I mean, gives them a little bit of shine.
Yeah.
Gives Umino some exposure to working with different styles. All in all, I would say that this was. What did you think of the show, like overall?
I mean, overall, it was kind of rough.
Yeah. I would say so.
Yeah, like you wouldn't have to go out of your way to watch this unless you really, really, really wanted to.
I would say unless you're really a completist like we are, and sometimes the only reason we're completists is because of you guys. I could have easily done without the two tag team matches in the middle.
Yeah. And
maybe not even the main event.
Yeah.
Unless you just want to see Nagata and Umino work together, because it was solid, but it wasn't anything blow away.
Yeah, I was really hoping for more one-on-one Young Lion matches.
Nope, it's back to business as usual.
Yeah.
But I did really, even though they weren't like blow away matches, I thought the Narita Amura match and the Oka Tsuji match was definitely worth checking out because it's Young Lions. It's their debut. We're watching stars being born here.
We're watching future IWGP heavyweight champions.
Maybe. But yeah, good little show. They were actually sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Young Lionsgate number 11 was sold out prior to that, so that was kind of cool. I think they generally sell out, but still, like, good sign. Business is doing well. Any final thoughts?
I mean, like I said, you don't have to go out of your way to watch it. If you want to check out the New Young Lions, you can do it. I mean, the New Young Lions were in action on these Road 2 shows, which we're about to cover. So
we'll cover these shows, but I don't know if you noticed, Amura and Tsuji are going to be wrestling one-on-one on one of the future cards that we got coming up. I don't remember exactly which one it is.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering, like, that's going to be like the establishment of like they love to do these mini feuds with these young lions to kind of like start off their careers.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was you, like, what are you thinking? What do you see? What is your booking strategy?
I think probably I would be more leaning towards Yumura, like booking him strong. Mm-hmm. I'm a big fan of the guys who have the Greco-Roman and the amateur background. Yeah. So I'd probably have him strong.
You know what I would do? And this is just me kind of like fantasy booking. I would do it in a way to where you have Umura be the more technically like proficient guy and maybe like have the upper hand in a good portion of these matches, and somehow, some way, maybe just because of the size factor, Tsuji always pulls it out.
That could be a compelling story.
Yeah, like Umura is clearly the better guy from a skill standpoint, but Tsuji just has the size, and
he keeps getting like kind of like maybe outsmarted or like outwitted maybe.
Almost like I would do it like outlucked. Like there's no reason he should be losing because he's better, but he just does. And like it's like the bane of his existence. Like this dude Tsuji like always beats him, and you don't even know why. Like it's just
right, like super, dominates most of the match, and then out of nowhere, like
super fluky. Like
yeah,
super fluky. Like, maybe the first one's like a count out victory, and like maybe the next one's like he accidentally gets DQ'd, and then like maybe some James Ellsworth crap. And then later on, like you think he's gonna get the win, and he gets rolled up, and you're like, what just happened? Like I don't know. That I feel like that'd be fun, but we'll see what happens. I don't know. You never can tell what's gonna happen with these guys, and we'll go from there. Yeah, but I'm excited. I love the young lions. So.
Yeah, obviously you're the young boy.
The young boy. Yeah. So let's get into it.
All right,
Road to Dontaku.
Yeah, so the first show was on April.
A ton of these shows.
April 13th. And so here in Corrigan Hall, opening contest was Yagi against Yumura.
Did you notice, since we're gonna just get started here, we started watching the show on the 13th, and we noticed right away that like a good portion of like the hard camera crowd was just not there.
Right, and I mean, once they did wide shots later on in the show, we saw that it was still pretty full.
Yeah, it looked like the show was almost sold out.
It was just that one little section where the hard camera was. There was like nobody there. It's like, why didn't they have people like?
I would have filtered people into those seats because that's like where the camera. It looked like the show like didn't do well.
Right.
And at first we were like, man, what's going on? Because we haven't seen a Corkin show like that in a while.
Yeah.
I didn't know if like maybe it was like in the daytime or maybe it just wasn't a strong drawing card. What was the deal? But then like when they spanned out, like it was almost a full capacity place. It's just that one section. I would have definitely moved people in. I don't know.
Right, and it's just one of those like production different things. Like,
I think it might just be that those are good seats and like people didn't pay for them. They just like I don't know. Maybe they just don't want to move people into the seats they didn't pay for.
Yeah,
I don't know. It seemed weird to me though. But yeah, so Yagi versus Imura. So what were your thoughts here?
So this was a very good opening match. Yumura looked good once again, going against Yagi here. So in this match, Yagi, he's the veteran young lion here.
Yep.
So, he took control early and he was kind of grounding Yumura.
Yep.
But, Yumura fought back, showed a lot of good aggression, and he was targeting, Yagi was targeting his leg. Trying to, chop the stronger guy down. And, if you keep him down, he can't throw you. So Yagi had a great game plan there. And was just, lighting him up with chops.
Yeah, Yagi, was doing some good character work here where he just seemed like he was getting frustrated that this, young upstart was, kind of hanging with him.
Yeah.
And he just kept, getting pissed throughout the match.
Yeah.
But I dug this match. I thought that they got a little bit more time than the debut matches of these two guys on the previous show. So I thought this was good. Amura, really good. He's just a solid guy.
Yagi was at one point got the Boston Crab on him, and Yumura was able to make it to the ropes, and that really pissed Yagi off.
That's the first time he's made it to the ropes.
Yeah.
And then, so then eventually Yagi hit him with that beautiful drop kick.
Oh, yeah.
Yagi's got the best drop kick of the Young Lions right now. Except for I really dig Narita's drop kick.
Where he just like runs at you and
it's not beautiful, but he just runs at people and freaking smashes them. Like it's awesome. Oh my God. I love it. Yeah. But yeah. So he hit him with that awesome drop kick. He got the 2. Umura kicked out. He got a roll up, another 2. So they're kind of giving this kid a chance to like showcase. And we kept thinking it was gonna be over.
yeah.
I don't know why we always get caught like that. Like we watch this product.
We're like, it's gonna end right now. Oh
Yeah.
no, it's not.
Yeah, we always think it's going to end, and we should know by now that it's not. But they do such a good job drawing you into the match, and then also making the near fall so believable. You're like, that's it. No, it's not.
So Yagi locks in the crab here once again, and he gets the win. Apparently it was his birthday, so he gets a big win in the opening match on his birthday.
Happy birthday to my dog Yagi.
So yeah, I mean, Umura looked great here in his second match. A lot of great aggression, a lot of potential in this guy.
Yeah, you can see like the desperation. Like he just really, really wants to get a win. I see big things for Umura, going forward. I mean, it's gonna be a while, but like, yeah, everything I've seen so far, like, I'm liking him. He's got the best physique of all the Young Lions right now already. Like, first night in. So, yeah, he's got an awesome build. He's got a really good, solid base. I want to see him in Oka.
Yeah, that
Greco-Roman versus Greco-Roman.
Yeah, both their backgrounds, that would make for a great match.
I bet you it'll be really good, but I assume Oka will just dominate him.
Yeah.
Like, Oka's the bruiser of the freaking group,
And speaking of Oka, he was in the next match against Nakanishi.
Yeah. Nakanishi versus Oka. We've seen this before, right?
Yeah.
I feel like we have. Or maybe just I'm confusing the Nakanishi and Kitamura matches with Oka.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But one thing I do like here, like the whole like power struggle spot they usually do with the 2 bigger guys, and the whole like shoulder tackle thing. I don't know what it is about that spot, but I just really like that. Like, you try to knock me down, no, you knock me down, and then finally you build that anticipation until one person actually gets knocked down.
I'm glad you like it. I mean, I don't know. Like Nakanishi, he's got the match that he does, and it's the same match.
Yeah.
And I don't disagree with you. I mean, that spot's great when it's like Elgin or
right. I'm saying that spot in general, not Nakanishi doing it.
But when it's Nakanishi, like the only guy I really like, for some reason, I kind of dig Nakanishi and like Fale going at it. I don't know why I always have. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, this was a good match for Oka, chance to go up against Nakanishi, I guess. Lots of hard strikes, a lot of hard chops, because that's what you have to do when you wrestle Nakanishi. I remember like calling the match and I was like, kick him in his knees. Oka, kick him in his knees.
Yeah.
He'll be done. Like, that's all he's got to. At this point, I'm like I don't even believe Nakanishi in the ring, because it's like, yes, he's so burly, and yes, he's so strong and so tough.
But he just moves so slow.
He got no wheels, man.
Yeah.
He's got no wheels. Give him a leg kick in the knee and see what happens, and that dude's done.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, like, Nakanishi's a legend, and I respect everything he's done. And, I think he should have a job with New Japan and all that, but I'm like almost done even wanting to watch him, because he just can't go anymore. And that's really, it is unfortunate, but it happens to all wrestlers, and there comes a time where guys should like know that they can't go anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like the worst too, his finish, he uses a torture rack, and he does nothing. He gets the guys up there, and they're just like laying on his shoulders, and it's just...
There's not even a bounce anymore, bro. Like, I feel like 4 months ago, there was still a bounce at least.
Nah, not really. It was the same thing, bro. He just get them up on the shoulders and just like stand there, and then like, they tap out. Like, dude, at least like try and like wrench him with your arms. Like, you don't have to jump him down, but like, grab his like neck and his like wrench him something. Like,
it's amazing how many guys have tried to utilize that move, and just nobody has the same like fire and like delivery as like Lex Luger.
Dude, Lex Luger had the best torture rack, man. Get him up there, jump up and down, rack him up and down.
Lex Luger is a very successful former New Japan alumni, by the way. I believe he beat Masahiro Chono in like 1992, if I remember correctly, something of that nature. I know he beat Chono for sure. It's like a big deal, but yeah.
Shout out to the Total Package.
Yep. Shout out to the narcissist.
Oh, man.
So I think we pretty much gave the spoil away. Like Oka and Nakanishi, somewhat competitive match. 8 minutes in, Nakanishi gets him up for the rack. Oka taps out. Typical match, super slow. It's okay, but Oka. Now let's not forget before we move on. Oka worked really hard in this match, so that's one thing. He is doing. Nakanishi is blessed in a sense to where he's fortunate to work with hungry enough young guys who can
They're going to bust their butts to make the match look good as possible.
Yep, and they make him look good, and they kind of hide his weaknesses. So there is that. That brings us on to our next match, which was a 6-man tag. We had the team of Ren Narita, Togi Makabe, and Ryusuke Taguchi taking on Shota Umino, Yuji Nagata, and Tiger Mask. So your typical New Japan bottom guys for right now, taking on a couple young lions, and fun match. What'd you think of this, Jeremy?
I mean, this was an alright match. Kind of got your Taguchi doing kind of all of his, silly Taguchi spots.
Ah, man. I don't know what's going on with Taguchi. I really don't know what's going on with Taguchi, because I felt like last year we got more of the serious, comes put on his work boots Taguchi, you know what I mean? Maybe he's not being booked that way, but I also feel like he's not working that way either. I don't know, man. It seemed like literally all year we've got nothing but just goofball, kind of crappy, letting himself go Taguchi.
Yeah, I mean, he was doing the Matador spot with
It's
Tiger
fine.
Mask. I mean,
It's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, and he's good at it. So I'm not sitting here being Taguchi freaking sucks.
Right.
It's not that. I like Taguchi.
I did pop for him mocking Nagata's little salute signal. That was pretty funny.
I'm just I don't know. I'm we'll talk about it later too, but I almost feel like he's losing his spot in his own faction.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, Taguchi Japan's not even hardly a thing anymore.
Right.
So I don't know. And then, obviously Makabe's Makabe, big star. They can call him at any time when they need to, but he's broken down as well. He's coming off that injury and, from earlier in the year after the match in that tour. But taking on Nagata. Nagata's just ageless. He's still so good. And then Tiger Mask is Tiger Mask, where he's another. So it's like the dads taking their kids to work in this match, basically. But I mean, I don't know. This didn't leave a huge impression on me.
Yeah, nothing too memorable about this match. Came down to the finish with Tiger Mask going against Narita. Tiger Mask works him over and finally hits the Tiger Bomb and gets the pinfall victory here.
I will say, up to this point in the show, yes, it's been a good palate cleanser to get back into New Japan and kind of reacclimate myself to the product. But man, when New Japan has a stigma about multi-man matches, a lot of people criticize them for that, and I don't think it's a fair criticism all the time, because they do such good storytelling and story progression using that method. But these were matches just to have matches, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this was that whole stigma about road to shows. This was a road to show. Very few stories progressed by it.
This was it's the kickoff of the tour.
Take it easy night, whatever. There was something that was interesting with this match. So eventually, it ended up working where Tiger, Narita, and remember Narita wanted to get in the ring and was so fiery when his team was in control, and he was and I was like, why you want to get in there, Narita? You're taking the pinfall. You want to do the job? He's so fiery. He's let me do the job. Let me do the job.
Yeah.
It's all right.
That's exactly what happened.
That's what happened. So he ends up getting hit with the Tiger Bomb.
Yeah.
Finishes it. So you get Umino, Nagata, and Tiger Mask standing tall. And then the only interesting thing here was at the end of the match when Umino and Nagata,
they stared off because they're facing each other on a Road 2 show, I think.
The next night.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Man. Well, these shows did kind of roll into
they kind of blend together. Yeah, so
not going to judge you too harshly. Just slightly. But so I mean, This was your standard, I don't know, 2.5 star match.
Yeah.
Between
solid back and forth tag match.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of times on these shows, that's what you get. You get solid, it is what it is.
So the next match, we had a 6-man tag, Roppongi 3K show, and our good friend, Rocky Romero.
Yeah, what's up, Rocky?
Going against...
Rocky Asuka Romero. Yeah, it was cool. Anyway, so...
going against...
the devil.
Azuka, Tai Chi, and Taka Michinoku. And this was your...
No, let me take it back. This match right here was as bad or worse than that Hiro Saito match. This was bad.
It was possibly worse. This was a piece of crap.
This was crap. This
Yeah.
was straight. Dude, why is Roppongi 3K in a match that sucks this bad? Yo, I'm sorry. I'm done. I don't like Azuka. Like, I don't care.
Only now you're saying... I've been not liking Azuka, bro. I was done with him from the first match I saw him in, dude.
Dude, the first match I ever saw Azuka in was him and Fujinami against the Steiner brothers. I thought he was great.
I'm talking about this current run.
Yeah, I didn't know they were the same guy. But that was the first time I saw him. But this has been, yes, we criticize him all the time, but I'm just going to say it. He's WWE status for me right now. I'm done with WWE right now, and I'm done with Azuka. I'm getting ready to do a full-on protest of Azuka matches and just start skipping over them.
Yeah.
And I'm not really going to do, I can't do that, but he's not getting my undivided attention anymore after this crap. Because it's really bad.
It's horrible. Same brawling all over the place. He pulls the string out, freaking biting everybody. Oh my God. It's
the only thing that's kind of nice is we get a change of pace where I'm not sitting here praising New Japan incessantly the way we normally do because they're so
because
good.
people think that all we do is praise and we're not critical. Well,
no, this is bad.
Here's the criticism: Izuka freaking sucks and should not be in a New Japan ring right now.
God, I feel like I'm on One Nation Radio. Right
Oh my God, it's horrible, horrible.
Like a dumpster
Dude,
pile
they could have put any other Suzuki Gun member in this freaking match, and it would have probably been pretty good.
Here's the thing, I get it. I get that, there's wild men in wrestling. I've always gotten that.
Yes.
The Sheik, Abdullah the Butcher, guys like that, Carlos Colon, whatever. You know what I mean? That's a thing. And I get it. But it's 2018, and this guy does it worse than all those guys from the 70s.
Yeah.
It's super, 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 super crappy. And another thing to kind of go with that is New Japan is supposed to be a sports-centered product, right?
Right.
I understand that there are different guys with different gimmicks, and you want to entertain and change up the show, and I'm all for that, but there's limits. There's limits to it, and it breaks my my suspense and my disbelief when this guy comes in and does the same freaking crap in every single match. He's literally biting the dudes 6 or 7 or 8 times.
And then pull out the string.
He pulls out the string and chokes them. He bites them 1 million times. He's grabbing their eyes and raking them and crap, then hitting them with a metal freaking claw.
Oh my.
Now here's my other. It's dude, I understand that they're lax in their rules or whatever, but I almost feel like no other wrestler gets away with it. We're just supposed to accept it because it's Izuka's gimmick,
right?
And it's bullcrap.
And he needs as much smoke and mirrors because obviously he's not a freaking 5-star worker or anything.
He was never a 5-star worker, but he was a very solid wrestler at one point, and it
Well, it just comes back to the earlier thing, like at a certain age or a certain like limit, like you gotta know when to hang the boots up. Like,
one other thing that I don't like about it, it's because it's lazy. It's lazy.
Yeah.
Dude,
smoke and mirrors.
Well, okay, but there's a way to do smoke and mirrors, and then there's doing smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
Like Abdul the Butcher doing smoke and mirrors kind of makes sense, because it's like, okay, he's cheating. The referee knows he's going to cheat, but he does it in a concealed way where it's like, yes, to us, it's obvious, but they're at least trying to hide it from the ref somewhat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, yeah, he might attack the ref, but like, he's not like right in front of the ref. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's some still like, I don't know, semblance of trying to hide your cheating. And that's almost what makes like other organizations, like I remember watching World of Sport, and what made the guys who were cheaters brilliant was that like they had to hide their cheating so, you know, from the ref. But when the ref's just looking at them and they're just cheating right in front of the ref and no one's doing anything, and then it's like, how many times does someone got to get bit before this guy gets thrown out of the freaking promotion?
Yeah.
They threw Mike Tyson out after one fight. He bit like twice. Like, come on, dude. Like, get this garbage off my screen. Maybe I just don't like him, you know? Maybe that's what it is, but like, I don't like the gimmick.
Yeah.
He could do it so much better if he wasn't so lazy. So, F Azuka. Oh, and by the way, Rocky Romero got hit with the metal claw.
Yeah, that was after the match. But Suzuki Gun. Yeah, they got the win.
Oh yeah, Taichi got the win here.
Yeah,
by the way.
Yeah, he hit that. I guess his new finisher.
He hit him with the last ride.
Last ride powerbomb. I think it was more of like a jackknife.
It was a last ride.
It was last ride.
He lifted him up.
Yeah, last ride.
And then he does that pin where he like I don't know,
like the
like when Edge did it to Beulah McGillicuddy.
Yeah.
Kind of whatever you want to call it. I don't know. He's straddling the guys. So yeah.
So
use your imagination, listeners.
Yeah.
Or go watch the match. Don't go watch the match. That match really sucked.
Yeah.
I'm done. Rant over.
So
frustrating.
Yeah. So
this is gonna go down as an all-time great show.
So let's move on to something better. Toru Yano and Ishii going against Tenzan and Toa Hanare. And we just continue to see the rivalry growing between Ishii and Hanare.
Storytelling.
Hanare has a death wish. He keeps, trying Ishii every single match.
Yep. I've seen that man live. You don't want to try him. You do not want to try. But, dude, Hanare wants to beat him so bad.
Yeah.
He wants to beat him so bad. And every single match, he's getting closer and closer and closer.
Yeah.
But I hope he never beats him. I don't want Hanare to ever pin Ishii.
Yeah. In
his whole career. Like some Tommy Dreamer, Raven crap.
Yeah.
Except for he doesn't get the win.
Oh, man.
That's what I want. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. But you know what? Hanare's growing on me. His gimmick's not, but he is as a performer.
I mean, he gets in there. He works really, really hard.
I've been critical of him. I didn't like him since the World Tag League.
I didn't like him either, but I mean, he's kind of won me over a little bit. I mean,
he's putting on size too. You notice?
Yeah, he's bigger. He's getting bigger. I mean, he moves pretty quick in the ring. He has a lot of his strikes look pretty good.
And you know me, they gotta be big, pal.
Vascular.
They gotta be vascular.
Goddamn. Oh my gosh.
Nah, they don't have to. Like my favorite wrestler's like, Rey Mysterio or whatever.
Yeah.
Not really, but still.
So yeah, a lot of good exchanges here between Ishii and Hanare. Yano, of course, was doing the Yano antics.
It's weird Tenzan was in this match and not Makabe.
Yeah, because Makabe
usually teams with Hanare. I thought that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I guess Makabe didn't want to, deal with Hanare tonight.
I guess so. Well, he's like, that punk, I always job when I'm with that punk.
Yeah.
I'm not teaming with him.
Yeah. He let Uncle Tenzan deal with it.
Yeah, they had a bet or something, and Tenzan lost. He's like, all right, you got to team with the kid.
Yeah.
Tenzan's like, oh.
Where's Kojima?
Yeah, bro. This match must have made you really miss Kojima.
Well, at least this match was good.
You just miss Kojima in general. You wake up in the morning missing Kojima.
Yeah.
No, I'm just playing. But yeah, I mean, this was okay. So it wasn't good. It was good. Yeah, it was good. It was lackluster in the beginning, but once the Hanare and Ishii stuff started, then that's when it really popped off. And that seems to be the story of their matches. It's the one standout thing from every show when it's must see viewership. You have to see what goes on between those two guys. It's great. Strong style. Maybe this will be like a feud of the year, like a low key feud of the year like, candidate.
Yeah.
That like no one's even really like, thinking about, but like this long term story time between Ishii and Hanare is. Like,
it's been great. They're gonna have a 1-on-1 match, and it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, because you asked me, you're like, have they had a 1-on-1 match? And I'm like, no, bro.
Yeah, because I was trying to rethink. I'm like,
Ishii's gonna freaking murder him.
I know. Yeah, he is,
like,
dude.
Murder him, bro.
Yeah. So the end of this match here,
and Hanare's gonna kill himself trying to like kill Ishii.
Yeah. Hanare hit a lariat on Ishii for a near fall, and then they have a heavy exchange, and Hanare hits a spear for a near fall, but then Ishii comes back, kills him with a lariat, and then hits the brainbuster for the win here.
I love that brainbuster. How about we do this? How about we put Hanare in the title hunt for that Rev Pro title?
Dude, let's do it.
Put the title on the line. Let's put it all on the line there, brother. Give Ishii some lineage, some credibility to his win or to his title reign. Yeah. Let's do it. This match is good. I mean, 11 minutes and,
yeah.
Got in, got out. Good match.
So after that match, we had a promo video for the return of Bone Soldier.
Highlight of the night. Absolutely, like, the highlight of the night. The fact of the matter is, like, we never thought this man would be back. And here he is, making his triumphant return to New Japan Pro Wrestling. Bone Soldier, bro. Are you as excited about this as I am?
No. I'm just hoping that there's somebody else under the mask this time, and it's not Captain New Japan.
That's the rumor.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, last I heard, and I forget the performer that was Captain New Japan, but I heard like he's retired, he's done. But maybe, I don't know, maybe this is part of the Bullet Club storyline?
Right. I mean, Cody did take credit for this because New Japan tweeted out this video before this show, and Cody like quote tweeted, and he was like, "You're welcome."
All I know is that Kenny Omega like actually commented on it on Twitter and said, "Some legends never die."
Yeah. So, and I've been hearing rumors that maybe it could be Flip Gordon.
I don't know if they're rumors as much as just like speculation.
Yeah, speculation.
Maybe this is how he gets booked on All In.
Man, I don't know. I mean, Flip Gordon's pretty awesome without being in a gimmick. So
it worked out for Kenny. He was Barry the business, or Barry the what was his name? Barry the drug-free bear.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe like Flip can be Bone Soldier, and they'll be like, wow, Bone Soldier's really improved.
Cody should like play it up and be like, yeah, I trained Bone Soldier. I made him bet under my leadership. Bone Soldier is a much better wrestler now.
I don't ever remember him being this good. Wow. Man, you've really been like I could see that being being the elite skit.
Man, Bone Soldier like looking good.
You know what Bone Soldier should do? He should grab people's hands and be like, "Where do you think you're going?" Yeah. So I remember that night we were at the WrestleCon Super Show. We were all wearing like Bullet Club and like Kenny shirts.
Yeah.
And these dudes walked up to us like, "Oh, it's the Bullet Club. Who are you guys?
Are you guys brothers?"
Oh no, that was that drunk dude.
Yeah.
I want to punch that kid. No. Those two black guys, they were cool.
Oh yeah, the security guard dudes.
Security guards.
Yeah.
And they're like, "What's up, brothers?" They like came up and gave us two sweets.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Which members are you?" And everyone like said who they were, and I was like, "I'm Bone Soldier." And they died, bro.
Oh my god,
so,
bro.
Yeah. I hate Bone Soldier. He's awful. Like, from what I remember, like, that's one of the main catalysts for why, like, the Elite became a thing, because New Japan owns the Bullet Club. They own the name, the gimmick, the logo, everything. And when they brought in, like, Bone Soldier, it was like, man, like, it was like jumping the shark at the time.
Yeah.
And that kind of, like, led to, Kenny and the Young Bucks being like, well, it's only smart business for them to brand themselves in a way where New Japan and whoever can't take it away from them,
Yeah.
They can make their own money off of it. So, but with that being said, I don't know what the heck this is. I literally don't know what the deal with Bone. I mean, what do you think it is? You think it's just a storyline, or you think it's one of those wacky New Japan things?
Bro, I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna hope it's a one-off. I'm hoping it's a mass horse deal.
Maybe like, New Japan. No, but mass horse never got a vignette.
That's true. Damn it.
I mean, this is like the debut of a star back in the 90s in WWE.
Yeah.
Also, WWE, take note. This is how you bring in a star. This is how you bring a returning guy in. But you do vignettes.
Oh my god.
And you don't do it for like 40 weeks and then not debut them. And
Right.
then cut them when they get on the like main stage.
Or squash them on their first match.
Emma. My god. Anyways, so yeah.
Yeah. So next matchup, the Suzuki Gun Lij.
Wait. We're not going to keep talking about Bone Soldier?
No.
Fine. I'm going to do my own blog about Bone Soldier. It's going to be great.
Go ahead and put that up on Social Suplex. Let's see how many views we get on
Well,
that.
apparently you'll just let anybody post anything on Social Suplex. You're not even vetting the stuff, brother.
Oh man.
We are a diverse group
Yeah.
with diverse tastes.
Everybody has their own mindset, their own opinions.
Don't forget, guys, support the Social Suplex Podcasting Network and all of our great columns. How am I doing for doing a spot?
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah. I never do those. All right, so let's get into this match. So we got Lij.
Versus Suzuki Gun. So Lij, we got Bushi, Sonata, Evil, and Takahashi. Suzuki Gun, we got Desperado, Kanemaru, Lance Archer, and Dave Boy Smith Jr. And obviously this match is to set up the 2 tag title matches that are coming up. Evil and Sonata going against Killer Elite Squad, and then Takahashi and Takahashi and Bushi, going against Desperado and Kanemaru for the junior titles.
You know, we're not really having a discussion here necessarily about the, 3-way feud that's going on with these 2 junior teams and Roppongi 3K. But I just want to say, how the heck did Roppongi 3K get bumped out of that? And what did, the LIJ junior tag team do to, earn a title shot? Who did they ever beat?
Nobody, really.
They beat Flip Gordon at War of the Worlds, but that's about it.
Yeah.
What the heck? Why is Roppongi 3K out?
I don't understand the whole Roppongi 3K booking at all this year. I mean, you start off, you build them as the hottest new thing. Like they, run rampant through the division. They beat the Young Bucks. It's like there's the new top junior tag team, and then they just freaking lose the belts to Desperado and Kanemaru. And then
I think the top quote unquote junior tag team is not even a thing. We want it to be a thing, but it's never really been a thing. There's a reason the Young Bucks are 7-time champions.
Right.
Because nobody's at the top. You're the top by just drawing a lot and being involved in the title picture, but no one's dominant. It's kind of, it sucks. But I don't want to complain too much because at least we're not getting another triple threat. But I would definitely not have gone with LIJ against. Well, I guess that answers my question because they're clearly going with LIJ versus Suzuki Gun as a feud across the board for this tour.
Yeah.
So that makes some sense to me, but at the same time, I don't know, you don't have to do that for every single major title or whatever. I think Roppongi 3K should still be involved in the title picture right now, and not be put on the back burner. They clearly got robbed of the titles, and I don't think that,
and they never got a fair one-on-one matchup.
No, and I don't understand what LIJ did to leapfrog them. So it's kind of bullcrap, but whatever. Yeah, super positive episode.
And of course, this match wouldn't be a Suzuki Gun match if they didn't, jump the bell and do the attack and brawl on the floor.
Hey, at least there's no Azuka.
Oh, thank God.
And it wasn't that. It was nowhere near as bad as that Azuka match. This was actually 2 teams that have I shouldn't say. Well, it's 4 teams, but 2 groups of teams that have chemistry with each other in KES and LIJ heavies, and Takahashi and Evil have a lot of chemistry with Desperado and Kanemaru from what we've seen so far, so that was good.
Yeah. Both these teams, great chemistry, a lot of great back and forth action in this match.
A little wild. Ref need to tighten things up a bit.
Yeah.
Bring some order. They need an enforcer in New Japan. They need an authority figure.
They need a Bully Ray.
They need a Bully Ray. No, they need a Kurt Angle or something like that.
They need Paige.
They need a GM. They need a GM. That's the thing we've been missing in this.
Maybe Bone Soldier can be the GM.
Bone Soldier should be the GM of. Yeah, absolutely. No, but seriously,
gosh.
someone does need to I don't know. Someone does need to
There needs to be a representative of the IWGP at every show.
We need to
Put a stop to this Suzuki-gun crap.
We should create, or maybe one of our listeners can do it. We need to create an IWGP
Twitter account
and start addressing all the issues in New Japan, bringing this before the board.
Yeah.
This has got to stop. This is just out of hand. These these Suzuki-gun menaces. My God. But anyways, yeah. So good match. Like I said, it was all over the place. Take us to the finish, I guess, Jeremy.
Yeah. So it came down.
Play-by-play guy.
Came down to Kanemaru and Bushi. Kanemaru, he hits the deep impact DT off the top rope, gets a near fall on Bushi, and then Bushi ended up rolling him up to pick up the win. So LIJ beat Suzuki-gun in 14 minutes 10 seconds.
Cut out that first 4 minutes of Suzuki-gun bullcrap. You got a pretty solid match here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I could just do without that crap. It's a rest hold, bro.
And after the match, I don't know which young lion it was, but Archer gave a big choke slam to one of the young lions. I believe
I thought it was Narita.
Probably was, because the camera angle was kind of hard, because it was pretty much
Could have been Yagi, but I thought it was Narita.
Yeah.
It seems like they like to choke slam Narita. He gets up higher than anyone else. He's littler.
All right, and now for the highlight of this show, the main event.
This was not the highlight of this show. Bone Soldier's announcement and return is the highlight of this show.
Troll.
Bro, it's freaking Bone Soldier. He's an OG Bullet Club member. What are you talking about? You want to bring... Bro, I'll tell you this much. When Boney was around, they weren't having the trouble they're having nowadays.
Maybe that's why Cody's bringing him back.
That's why he's bringing him back.
Oh my
He's an olive branch offering.
So, elimination match.
Oh, I love these matches. I love the elimination tag matches.
5-on-5. So we have Kushida, Michael Elgin, David Finlay, our good pal Juice Robinson,
the flamboyant
Juice Robinson, my personal friend Hiroshi Tanahashi.
How about that guy on freaking what's it called on Reddit who's like, yeah, that show was good last week except all the guys that you guys met saying he was super nice, got a little repetitive. And I was like, these are my friends. I can't talk about my friends on the air.
At the end of this show, after the ending of the show, I'm gonna put that Tanahashi conversation I had with him at the end of the show.
Yeah.
So make sure you listen all the way to the end. You can hear my conversation with my attempt to get Tanahashi to do a drop for this show.
At one point, though, you're a little harsh because you're like, say... I was like, Jeremy, go easy on him. He's the ace, bro. He might put you in a clover leaf.
He might sling blade me in the middle of the convention.
Yeah, bro. No one would blame him because he's the freaking ace.
Yeah, and so they're going against Will Ospreay, Yoshihashi, Jay White, Goto, and Okada. So pretty much, and Tanahashi, he was wearing the captain armband that Taguchi normally wears.
Yeah, he was.
So this is pretty much now Team Tanahashi Japan.
Bro, it should have always been Tanahashi Japan. In what world is Tanahashi a player on Taguchi's team?
Yeah.
What? No, bro. Bro, I told... we were watching it, and I hadn't even noticed that he was wearing the arm patch, and I was like, bro, this is Tanahashi Japan. And, I remember... Not this past year, but the year before when Tanahashi won the Never titles. Mm-hmm. And it was I forget who he won it with. It was him and Nakanishi and maybe Taguchi, or maybe, I don't remember who it was. But I remember thinking at the time, I was like, I used to call that team Tanahashi and Friends. Before Taguchi in Japan became a thing, I was always calling them Tanahashi and Friends. Yeah. Because that's who I was like, oh, that's the stable, Tanahashi and Friends. It needs to be Tanahashi Japan because he's the real ace. He's the real coach.
Yeah.
How about we got 5 of the hottest feuds going on in the world right now in this single match?
Right. So the upcoming title matches, we have Kushida and Will Ospreay for the junior title, Jay White and Finlay for the U.S. title, Robinson and Goto for the Never title, and then Tanahashi and Okada for the IWGP Heavyweight title.
But all of those feuds are secondary to the hottest feud going in
Big
Japan
Mike
right
and
now.
Yoshihashi.
Yes, Yoshihashi and Michael Elgin, bro.
Oh my gosh.
That's a draw, bro. You want to pack the seats? You want to put butts in the seats? You book Elgin and Yoshihashi. I'll tell you what.
Oh my gosh. So, and how these elimination matches work? If
You're not even amused by that. Like, you're annoyed by that I'm saying that right now.
Because I'm sure the listeners are like,
They're like, what a freaking troll.
yeah.
It is kind of funny though.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll have one. Maybe they are booked in a one-on-one match in one of these upcoming tours.
Elgin and Yoshihashi are never land.
Yeah.
I don't even. They probably could have just stayed off the show. Just done a.
This could have been an 8-man.
Yeah.
But so how this elimination matches work? If you've never seen one, it's elimination by pin, submission, DQ, or over the top rope. That's right. They can be eliminated by being thrown over the top rope.
Or DQ.
Yeah.
Did you say that?
Yeah.
Nice.
So things started off with Juice and Goto. You know, they're going back and forth, and Juice takes control. Goto tries to fight him out, but then Juice fights him off and tries to toss Goto out, but then Chaos makes the same, and then it kind of like breaks down from there. And eventually kind of move forward, trying to figure out what the first elimination.
I don't remember the play-by-play, the exact like order that everybody got thrown out, but I will say this match was awesome.
Yeah, this was a really fun match. I mean, when Kushida and Ospreay were in there, that was great.
Yeah, on a card that failed to kind of like deliver, and actually in a way it did deliver. It delivered exactly what most people expect when they watch a Road 2 show, which was kind of lackluster, a couple bright spots, but for the most part, a pretty missable show. This was definitely a match well worth going out of your way to watch. I thoroughly enjoyed this match. I thought every single interaction was great.
So Kushida and Ospreay, they're going back and forth, and then they end up battling on the apron, and they're trading strikes, and of course Ospreay.
I was so scared he was gonna go for that freaking Spanish fly.
Yeah, he teases the Spanish fly.
He can tease that for the rest of his career now.
Yeah, and everybody, you get a gasp. Yeah. But then Kushida blocks it, gets a hanging arm bar. Then Ospreay counters into an apron suplex, which eliminates both of them. That's 15 minutes into the match.
Yeah, it took a long time for anybody to get eliminated.
Which I like that. I like building that up. And
yeah, I like it too, because once that first elimination came, they just started getting, they just started coming quicker. So we got Michael Elgin in, and him and Yoshihashi, they worked back and forth. Hashi ended up hitting a lariat for 2. Elgin ended up firing up, and he tossed Yoshihashi out directly right out of the ring at 17 minutes. And then Goto came in.
Yeah, so Goto comes in, works over Elgin, and then Goto eliminates Elgin a minute later.
Yeah, he just literally just tossed him right over. And I was like, this dude, Michael Elgin, bro, they are making him look like such a geek after, I don't know, man. I don't want to be too critical because, the booker, New Japan's got equity with me and they can book however they want. And, they know how to put guys on the back burner. So I'm not going to be one of those fans who's like, my guy's not getting pushed. But it does it just seems so weird. Yeah. After how strong they booked Michael Elgin for so long, for this past almost, it's gonna be 2 years coming up soon, where
it's almost like the US stuff, the US scandal is kind of affecting it,
but they didn't make a big deal about it. But it is actually affecting him on the on the low key, on the low. They didn't make a big deal about it, but he's not getting pushed because of it. Maybe I don't know if that's true or not, but who knows? They weren't really pushing him before the scandal.
That's true.
So I don't know.
Yeah, maybe that just made it worse.
Maybe we were speculating if he's even gonna get re-signed.
Yeah. So fast. Juice and Goto are in now.
Yeah, Juice and Goto have been money every time they're involved in a match together. It's money. They're gonna have a good match, I think. Yeah. Although Goto keeps doing this to me all year. He keeps getting into these really good exchanges with guys during multi-man matches, and then their matches end up sucking. Shout out to Evil and Goto.
All I gotta say is put the belt on Juice.
Yeah, I mean, it's time.
Yeah.
It's time, yeah. Goto hit a really awesome Ushigoroshi during their, back and forth. There was an awesome cannonball attempt from Juice. He kept trying to go for the pulp friction. Goto kept countering it. Juice was countering. Just a lot of back and forth between these guys. And then Goto ended up on the apron. And then they ended up trading, and Juice eliminated him to the floor at 20 minutes and 25 seconds. So Goto's out, Juice still in, and Okada comes in.
Yeah, 10 seconds later, Okada dumps Juice out to the floor. So Juice is out of there. And so now we get Okada and Tanahashi in the ring. And both these guys
Just great.
Yeah.
Just great. I've been waiting to see these guys. We didn't. I know that they interacted. We saw them interact during the last tour, right? On the road to.
Road to Sakura Genesis.
No, it was during New Japan Cup.
Yes, you're right. Yes, during the New Japan Cup shows, yeah. And they were teasing a lot of potential Okada matches during that tour.
Yeah, and then they also had a match during Fantastica Mania that was aired on. What's that on Samurai TV?
Yeah,
but it didn't air on
New Japan
World. You can find it out there, I suppose. But I haven't watched it, but I heard it was just a fun match. But those are the only two times we've seen these guys in a long time, and this was more sustained than the New Japan Cup stuff. So this was really good.
So Okada and Tanahashi are in there. And it gets to the point where they're brawling on the apron, and then they're both eliminated by Jay White and Finlay. Jay White pushes off Tanahashi while Finlay pushes off Okada. So we get double elimination. Okada and Tanahashi are out 23 minutes. So it's down to Finlay and Jay White. These guys, the history behind these guys. They've had multiple one-on-one matches. They used to be best friends in the same Young Lion class, and they're going back and forth. Jay White fights off a stunner attempt, and runs into there's a Blade Runner and then a German. White hits a rolling DVD for a near fall. Finlay gets a desperation roll up for 2. White almost tosses Finlay out. Finlay fights it off. They brawl to the apron. They battle on the apron. White teases a suplex to the floor. Back in, and Finlay hits a German. Then he hits the stunner and
hits him with that clothesline.
Yeah, right over top. It was almost like if you ever played 2K18, it's like the Royal Rumble finisher. You get him against a rope and you just hit Y, and then you could hit a stunner clothesline thing and knocked him right over.
Geek. No, I feel like I would actually play it. I can't afford it, man. I don't have it. It's like you ever see Malibu's Most Wanted?
Oh yeah.
He's like, where you learn to do that? He's like, GTA 3.
Yeah.
He's like, oh shoot, you think I could borrow that? It's like, yeah, you got PlayStation 3. He's like, no, I got Gamecast.
Yeah. He's
like, well, there's Dreamcast and then there's GameCube. Which is it? And he's like, man, I said I got Gamecast. He's like, I can't afford it. That's how I feel. I'm like, everyone's like, you play 2K17? I'm like, I can't afford it, man. I actually can.
Yes, you're not that big of a mark.
No, you know what? The games they're the same every year. So why would I buy it if it hasn't been the same? If it hasn't literally been different since Here Comes the Pain? Yeah, why would I? Plus, Here Comes the Pain's better than all those games.
Yeah.
God, we should get Here Comes the Pain, bro.
Let's do it.
But yeah, so Dave Finlay, man, he's the big winner of this match. 26 minutes, 52 seconds. This was all action. Really, really good main event. Best thing on the show by far. I really liked the layout. I liked the way that they're building to all the different title matches and the different feuds. And our boy Finlay got some shine. We've been talking about this for a while now.
He gets the win. He gets the closing promo.
Yeah, he cut a promo.
And talks about his fighting spirit.
It was a good promo.
Yeah. And
how about a company that lets you, they don't have to bring in an interpreter for you or anything. They don't make you cut a promo in Japanese if you're English. They just let you be English. And if you just say, at one point, didn't he say, Finlay? I'm sure they didn't understand what Finlay was saying.
The key things they understood were fighting spirit and IWGP US champion. They were oh.
All you gotta do is say, I want the IWGP US title, and the crowd's gonna pop, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? And then later on, when they watch it at home, they're gonna put some subtitles up. You know why? Because they're a smart company.
Yeah.
They're not gonna sit here and make you learn forced Japanese. And, you know, I don't even know if that would translate that well to the crowd, except for most gaijin will learn a phrase or two and then say that to the crowd, and that endears them to the crowd. But they're not sitting here trying to cut long promos,
Right.
you know. And clearly, like, this like little diatribe that I'm going through is a criticism of another major company with Japanese stars on their program, WWE. Like, just let them speak in their native language, man. They're better talkers that way. Just put up
Subtitles.
bro. If
They love throwing words on the screen.
yeah, you're gonna throw words on the screen, like just throw up the translation, man.
Yeah.
You want to be a worldwide company, the worldwide leader in sports entertainment. Well, be worldwide and put up some subtitles. Why don't you? Anyways, let's get back to how awesome this match
Yeah.
was.
We're fired up this week.
Because, you know why? Because I'm so upset about WrestleMania still. We haven't even talked about WrestleMania. Like,
We don't need to.
all of our like, no, we're not going to, of course. It's just Keeping It Strong Style, the Asa podcast.
Yes.
But you know, all of our like friends and like all of our like colleagues got to like go on their shows and do like a 2-hour like
Roast.
they got to just shoot on the crap, and like we haven't got, like, we're not going to, and I've just got all this pent up anger at that company. Like, I'm done with them, dude.
All right. So next night.
I'm trying to move on. I'm trying to shoot, brother. Hey, but before we move on, this match is really good. And I know we said it, but also super excited about Dave Finlay. I'm like, I know he's not going to win the title, but I want him to win the title now.
What if he does though?
It's New Japan. I mean, he could, but he's not gonna.
Yeah.
Although I didn't think Jay White was gonna be Kenny Omega, so I don't know. We'll see. So yes, that was night 1. Night 2, road
Yeah. So night 2 we have
14. Yep. April 14th.
kicked off with Ren Narita taking on Yota Tsuji. So once again, Tsuji, one of the new young lions here. Start off with some basic back and forth. Of course, Narita being the senior lion.
I love that. Again, senior lion. Ren Narita.
He gets early control and kind of takes most of this match. So yeah, he's dominating most of the match here. They trade some big chops. Narita gets in a half crab. Tsuji escapes. Cuts him off, laying the chops in, big hip toss. Tsuji gets fired up, lays in strikes and kicks. Narita cuts him off with that drop kick that you like.
Yeah.
Puts him in the Boston Crab. Tsuji tries to fight, but Narita pulled him back to the center and tapped him out.
One of these guys did a lion tamer. Was it Narita in this match?
No, it was... Was it this match?
It might have been this match. We have to go back and rewatch. I think it was Narita. I think Narita put Tsuji in the lion tamer.
Yeah.
Anyways, good rundown. Everything you said was accurate, but I think we're glossing over how freaking hard Tsuji slapped Narita in this match.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got to talk about how hard he hit this dude.
Dude, he literally, like, you slapped that man.
Slapped him back into his birth, bro. Like,
yeah, dude.
he made him, like, see his whole life pass before his eyes.
He slapped that man back in the territory days.
It was bad, bro. Like, yeah, it was really bad. Like, he hit him so freaking hard. I think, like, kind of the way they might be going with this is, like, and it kind of is true. Like, Tsuji doesn't seem to have the technical skills that Umura does.
Right.
But Tsuji's the striker of the two. Like, his strikes, even though they're, like, kind of wild, man, he freaking hits hard, dude.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I felt bad for Narita a little bit. But, again, another instance where Tsuji, kind of like Umura the night before, got in a lot of, like, offense, got to show his stuff, but never came close to even getting a pinfall or a submission. Like, never even got him into a submission hold. So these guys are just getting to go out there and work, but they're not at a stage storyline wise where they know how to close a match. They just have some fundamental basic wrestling skills. They don't know how to put it together to even get close to winning a match yet. And I love that aspect of the story.
Yeah, it's great storytelling, and it really helps. You know, it kind of because you can really see their growth when they do that. Because you can see them when they first start off, and they're
because we're gonna pop when they like finally get a submission hold that won't even work.
Right.
Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Another thing too I thought was really cool was Tsuji at the end of the night. Just it was his first time probably working in Korakuen ever. Because obviously their debut match was on a much smaller like scale, and he got to bow slowly to all four sides of the ring, and the crowd really seemed to respect that. So that in a way it was a nice little moment for him to kind of make his debut in Korakuen, because that's like, you know, that's everybody's dream.
Then next up we had Yuji Nagata against Shota Umino
From WCW?
Yes, Yuji Nagata from WCW. This was a basic veteran versus Young Lion match here. You know, Umino, as we mentioned, he seems to be getting the spotlight to be the new ace since Kawato's off in CMLL right now. And Nagata, New Japan dad, really working with Umino here. And, you know, it seems like they're really high on Umino. This was a good back and forth matchup. Umino showed a lot of fire here. You know, Umino really took it to Nagata here in the beginning and was really lighting Nagata up, which kind of just infuriated. You know how Nagata gets, like, once you try him, he gets, like, pissed off, and then it's, like, over for you. And so, yeah, Nagata and Umino pretty much going back and forth with the chops. And coming down to the finish of the match, Nagata hits that beautiful exploder suplex.
He's got the best exploder suplex in the business.
Yeah, locks in the Nagata Lock 3, I believe it is.
No, I think it was Nagata Lock 2. Because remember, I thought it was 3, and then you were like, it's Nagata Lock 2.
Oh, yeah, so Nagata Lock 2, which is the crippler crossface, and taps out Umino.
Yeah, 7 minutes. Basic veteran versus, young lion match. Nagata got to just sun the crap out of Umino, who they kind of have like really given the role, Kawato's role, basically. Really good match. Nothing that was like gonna set the world on fire, but it kind of progresses the story that like Umino's at this certain level, but he's still, he can't beat the New Japan dad yet.
Right.
So, good match though.
Yeah, very good match.
Good strikes, good learning experience. Hats off to Nagata. He didn't split anybody's wigs like some of these other, dads.
Yeah.
But yeah, that brings us to essentially our next match. Hiroyoshi Tenzan, Tiger Mask 4, and my dog Yagi taking on Manabu Nakanishi, Taguchi, and Tomoyuki Oka. So we got kind of a continuation of the match from the night before.
Yeah, and pretty much of the same. Nothing.
It's like the same thing. It's like that. Did you notice that about these two shows?
Yeah, they were very similar. In this match, there wasn't really anything too special. Once again, Taguchi's out there being Taguchi. Nakanishi's being slow Nakanishi. I mean, pretty much like the highlight of this match was like Oka and Yagi.
Yeah, they started off the match and they had like the best exchanges of the match. It was like the same how we joked about like take your kids to work day. It was like the two old dudes with the two young lions. They just changed up a couple of the wrestlers, but they worked almost the same match, which normally I would be fine with if it wasn't like in the same. They were in Korakuen again. It was back to back. And for some reason, this show drew better than the other Korakuen show. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that empty section was
full.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of weird. But basically, I don't know. What did we get here?
Yeah, so let's straight to the finish here. So it's Oka and Yagi, and Oka hits that beautiful belly to belly I love. Taguchi hits a hip.
Yagi has that slam now. We didn't even talk about that. I wanted to make. Sorry to cut you off, but I wanted to remember. Remember, he's doing that slam where it's like almost like an Alabama slam. Yeah. And then he brings the guy like straight down, like it's like it reminds me of like a Frankie Edgar like MMA like slam.
It's like a super double leg.
Yeah, it's a double leg that he brings the guy up and then he brings him straight down.
Yeah,
almost like an Alabama slam, but he comes down with them. Right. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's really tight.
Yeah, he did that to Oka in this match, and I pop for it. I love seeing these guys get new moves.
Yeah.
Also, somebody, I don't remember which match it was. Oh, man, I'm kind of bumming that I don't remember which night it was. I feel like it had to have been this night. Someone did that move where they got the guy in the leg hold. It was one of the Young Lions, and then they spun with him, and then it was the night before. It was the night before. So, which two Young Lions was it? Was Narita?
Yeah.
Narita had that new move. Yeah, it was Narita. Narita has that new move where, I know we passed the match, but I want to make mention of it because if you saw that match, you'll know what I'm talking about, where he was on the ground and he locks up the guy like it's almost like a clover leaf, but he spins with the guy.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
He spins with the guy twice, and then he comes up like it's a sharpshooter, but he's got him in a Boston Crab, but like it's like a sharpshooter Boston Crab. Really, really cool.
Yes, I do remember that now.
I love seeing these young lions get new moves like this. So like we
got pointed out.
We would not be keeping it strong style if we're not following the progression of these young lions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So Oka and Yagi. So yeah, Oka hits that belly to belly. Taguchi hits a hip attack to Tiger on the floor. Oka hits a spine buster, locks on a Boston Crab. I think this was the Lion Tamer spot here. I think it was Oka. He got the Lion Tamer on.
You're right. My bad.
He got the Lion Tamer here on Yagi and tapped him out.
Yeah, he did. And that was dope, too, because I guess now he's got a Lion Tamer now.
Yeah.
My dog, Oka.
Oka, man. Stepping up.
Yeah. Oka's like going to be like, I bet you Oka will be in the, he was almost in the tag league this past year, and then he got bumped for Nare.
Yeah.
I bet you he winds up in that this year.
And there's also, I saw on Reddit, there's like speculation. There was like some kind of.
Might be in the Super Juniors.
Yeah, Best of Super Juniors.
Yeah, they. I don't know the deal, but someone. I don't remember who it was. Someone posted a. It might have been Kushida. Mm-hmm. Posted on Twitter a picture of the upcoming poster for Best of Super Juniors, and Oka's featured on it, like one of the prominent faces. And I'm like, is Oka gonna be in the Best of Super Juniors? Like, Oka in the Best of Super Junior sounds dope.
Yeah, it does, dude.
Like Oka against Volador Jr., bro.
Dude, Oka versus any of those dudes, man.
Oka against Flip Gordon.
Oh my gosh,
He's gonna take every loss and every pinfall. It's gonna be great.
But he's gonna look great doing it, though.
Yeah. So how about this?
Speaking of, the opposite of great, the rematch, Roppongi 3K against Iizuka, Taichi, and Taka. I don't even really want to talk about this match. It was pretty much the same crap as the previous night. Same Iizuka crap.
It was like the same match.
Yeah.
So my only problem with this, again, is Sho and Yo, who should be like the focal point of maybe the junior division in general, but definitely the junior tag division they're working matches with Iizuka. Like, what did they do, bro? What did they do wrong?
I don't know, man. But
I don't know. It's fine. I mean, like, someone's got to do, whatever at certain points, and I get that.
Like this match would have been so much better if it was just Sho and Yo against Taichi and Taka.
Yeah, why does Iizuka have to work?
Like, I just have him on the outside or something. I don't know, man.
Oh, and another thing we didn't make mention of, but we noticed while we were watching it, and it just came back to me, is like, Rocky's a junior, Sho's a junior, Yo's a junior, Iizuka's a heavyweight, Taichi's definitely a heavyweight
now,
and Taka
looks like a heavyweight.
He might as well be a heavyweight. He's jacked right now. So
it's like 206.
Yeah, he's about 206 pounds, brother. But so I don't understand. This was another really... Dude, this is like two of the worst matches of the year back to back on each show. This is really bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all for easy nights. It's a Road 2 show. I'm not expecting them to blow the roof off, but 1-star level territory or negative star territory, this is not
unacceptable.
It's unacceptable,
yeah.
bro. I mean, we saw better matches at freaking Tampa Bay Pro last night.
Yeah, we did. For our boy Troy Hollywood.
Yeah, how about Troy Hollywood? No, I don't want to put his stuff out in the streets.
Oh yeah, we don't. Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is there are certain people that are critical of certain wrestlers from New Japan, and he happens to share the same opinion apparently. But Troy Hollywood, the new Tampa Bay Pro World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah.
The real World's Champion. Shout out to our boy.
So yeah,
So let's move on from that crap.
yeah. So we have another rematch of, or actually, kind of a rematch.
No, it was a rematch.
Well, no, Makabe was here instead of Tenzan
I literally didn't notice.
or Nakanishi.
It was
Was it Tenzan?
It was Tenzan the night before. So literally from night to night, I was wondering, why are they doing the exact same match? I didn't even notice that it was
That was Makabe.
that Makabe and Tenzan like switched places.
Yeah, so yeah, Tenzan was like, you can have your kid back. Like, I had to eat a job with him, so you can have him back.
I mean, this might sound disrespectful, and trust me, I've been watching New Japan a while, so I know there's a difference between Makabe and Tenzan, but let's think about some parallels here. Both of these guys bleach blonde their hair. Both of these guys have, freaking semi-cut down, like, tights, multicolored, big bruisers. There's a lot of similarities there between these two performers.
A little past their prime.
Past their prime, they both got knee problems, but they can both like pull it out when they need to for the big matches when the time is called upon them. I think maybe I think overall, Tenzan is absolutely by far the superior performer throughout his career.
Yeah.
But at this point, I think there's maybe a little more tread on Makabe.
Yeah.
Than Tenzan at this point, because Tenzan's just wrestled so hard for so many years. But yeah, I didn't notice the difference, bro. I didn't even notice that Makabe and Tenzan switched roles here. Seriously.
But yeah,
it was like the same match to me.
But this was a really good back and forth tag team match. And again, that whole Ishii and Hanare rivalry was kind of carrying this match. And once again, Hanare really firing up and having no care for his well-being and trying Ishii at every corner.
What if like this blossoms into like a lifelong like friendship or tag team between like, can you imagine if like Hanare and Ishii like end up teaming out of this?
Yeah, and Hanare gets to join Chaos.
We get like a little 1, 2, 3 kid and Razor Ramon action going there.
I would love it if Ishii could like teaming with him makes him change his gimmick.
Ishii's so like, his character is that he's loyal to like Chaos and stuff, but I'd almost be like, you're ready, kid. You can go on,
Yeah.
I don't want to break up Chaos or anything, but I mean...
Okay, man. Chaos is fine.
What if Ishii... I don't know. We're just such Ishii marks. I'm like, dude, make Ishii like the leader of his own faction.
Yeah.
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 The Don. Make him the Don. He should have like a mafia.
The
like
Pitbull mob.
Yeah. Be awesome. Yeah, him and Hanare like break off and do their own thing.
Yeah.
That'd be dope, right?
That'd be pretty cool.
Give Hanare something to do.
Yeah.
That just came to me out of nowhere.
Book it, brother.
I would. So I mean, I thought this match was maybe a little better than the night before, but it wasn't anything like blow away to me. They were like the same. It was like two sides of the same coin.
Following that Suzuki Gun match, this was like brought things back up.
Well, the same thing happened the night before.
Yeah.
It was the same match order, bro. That's why these shows were weird. I don't know.
But yeah, comes down to the end with Hanare and Ishii. Ishii killed Hanare with a big lariat. Then Hanare ends up countering the brainbuster, hits a spear for the near fall.
Do you like his spear?
I do.
The way he wraps his
whole body, like
he wraps his arms around the arm like it's an actual tackle, like in football.
Yeah.
I guess that comes from his like rugby background.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like it from an aesthetic standpoint.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it looks high impact.
It is high impact. I mean, I'm not criticizing it. I like
more of the like
Goldberg spear.
Yeah.
I love Goldberg spear. It's the best spear ever. Hanare spears, whatever. I want to get someone else's opinion. I haven't formed my full opinion on it.
So I mean, I'm down with it. It's a little bit different.
I'll tell you what, it's better than that freaking Samoan drop.
Oh,
that Samoan drop is awful. If that's his, I hope that's not his like finish going forward.
Yeah, they gotta change that up.
They need to do something different.
But so Ishii was able to fire back, hits a headbutt, and the brainbuster once again finishes off Hanare. Again.
And again, and again, and again, and again.
And again.
And another one. So yeah, good match. Ishii rules. Hanare drools. We're in 4th grade. Let's move on.
All right, so next up we have 8-man tag, the Flamboyant Juice Robinson teaming with David Finlay, Michael Elgin, and Kushida to take on Goto, Jay White, Yoshihashi, and Will Ospreay.
Continuation of those 4 awesome feuds going on right now.
Yeah, so we have, reminder again, the never open weight title feud of Goto and Juice, the U.S. title feud of Finlay and Jay White, the junior heavyweight feud of Ospreay and Kushida, and then the feud with Elgin and Yoshihashi, I guess.
The we forgot you on the card, so we need to put you in this spot.
The geek feud.
I guess, yeah. So this was good. It was not quite as good as that elimination tag by any means. But then again, there's no Tanahashi and Okada there. But this was solid. I mean, take us to the action, Jeremy.
So towards the finish here, Jay White and Finlay are out on the floor. Goto hits the Ushigoroshi on Juice. Yoshihashi takes out Elgin, but Elgin cuts him off on top and catches him, hits him with a buckle bomb, then hits him with the Elgin bomb, and gets the win. So,
well, I guess they brought Elgin back from the dead a little bit.
Juice, Finlay, Elgin, Kushida, they beat Chaos. Mm-hmm. And lots of energy in this match, and just continuing to hype up those upcoming title matches.
Yep. And that brings us, and after the match, White laid out Finlay with the Blade Runner.
Yeah.
So kind of like some comeuppance from the night before for getting
elimination. Yeah.
So I thought that was a nice way to kind of make Jay White look strong again and kind of move the storylines forward some more with that. And that brings us to our main event. We had another elimination match.
I know, this is just for you, man. Two elimination matches in a row.
Bro, remember the days when I used to tell you about, I was like, dude, New Japan used to have these elimination matches in the 80s where people got thrown over the top rope and they're really, really good. Yeah. The only thing is, for some reason, and I feel like viewers, if you're listening out there, maybe you can correct me. I think in the old days, you used to be able to get eliminated just by going out of the ring. I don't think you had to go over the top rope. The only reason I think that is because I remember a match where Fujinami was wrestling Masa Saito. It might have been him or it might have been Inoki. I can't remember. But one of them was wrestling Masa Saito. Masa Saito's bleeding like a madman, and he's just getting killed. And one of them runs at him, and he moves out of the way at the last second because he's so blood lost that he literally falls over like Kenny Omega against Okada.
Yeah.
And whoever it was hits the post and then goes out and loses the match. And that was the elimination. And it's like classic. It's an awesome match. So I'm pretty sure they used to have different rules a little bit. But maybe I'm misremembering it. Like, one of the... What's it called when you, like, think you remember something but it didn't actually happen that way? We were talking about it in the group thread today.
Yeah, I forget the term for it.
I don't remember. Anyways, so we got LIJ, we got Naito, Evil, Sonata, Bushi, Hiromu, the whole band's together, taking on Minoru Suzuki, Lance Archer, Davey Boy Smith Jr., Yoshinobu Kanemaru, and El Desperado.
Yeah, so this was another very good elimination match, very fun match.
Title feuds all around.
Yeah, we have the heavyweight tag title feuds with Evil and Sonata and Killer Elite Squad. The junior tag title feud with Kanemaru, Desperado, Bushi, and Takahashi. And then Naito and Suzuki for the Intercontinental title.
So I'm excited. It's like championship season, man. All these
there's a lot of great championship matches coming up.
Maybe too many. There might be too many titles in New Japan right now. This might be like evidence that there's too many, but whatever.
We'll roll with it.
We'll roll with it. So so we've got all these different title matches coming up. You know what? I didn't like this match as much as the match the night before. Am I crazy for saying that?
I mean, I could see why. I don't know. I kind of liked it the same to me.
You thought they were about the same level?
Yeah, I thought they were about the same level.
Excuse us, listeners. I don't know if you can tell. Me and Jeremy are still trying to recover from WrestleMania week.
Yeah, man. I don't know what's going on with my voice today.
No, I know it's because of WrestleMania. Like, literally, I'll be at work talking to people, and my voice still is, like, cracking, and I'm, like, trying to rehydrate. But, man, it's been a rough week.
Yeah.
WrestleMania was just a week ago.
And we were at Tampa Bay Pro last night too.
Oh yeah.
Marking out for Troy Hollywood and the Millennials.
Yeah. We were at a local indie show last night, and it's pretty cool. Like Troy Hollywood, we're in this like rinky-dink like
country bar
where they have the shows, and we love Jay Lethal, we love his promotion, but a lot of the like faces are like hillbilly-ish, like sort of like redneckish type of guys, which that's fine. There's definitely a fan base for that. It's just not me.
Yeah.
And it's definitely not Jeremy.
Yeah.
But then like Troy Hollywood, he's obviously he's an African American performer. He's a brother, and he's awesome. And like just a month ago, this dude was the champion of their freaking territory, and they loved him. But then all of a sudden, they put him in there against a cowboy. And they all turned on the dude, and we were marking out for the dude. No one else. The whole entire crowd was against us for some reason, and he clearly won the title because he's the best worker in the whole promotion. He literally like came out of the ring and like stood up on the bar with us.
Yeah.
And we started chanting, "Real World's Champ, Real World's Champ," and like he was so into it. He was like, "Yeah."
Oh my god.
But yeah, if you've never seen Troy Hollywood, check that guy's workout, because he actually, I know this is Keeping It Strong Style, but he's really, really good. And I mean, I wouldn't give my endorsement to how good he is. Not that I'm anybody, but I wouldn't be like, yo, he's awesome if he was. He's really good.
He's really good.
But anyways, let's talk about this elimination match.
Yeah, so first elimination, we had Kanemaru and Bushi were in the ring. Kanemaru hits a low blow on Bushi and pins him. So Bushi gets eliminated at 5 minutes and 45 seconds in.
I can't remember. Did they start with the usual Suzuki Gun crap or not really?
Yeah, they did. No big surprise there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they started off with the whole brawling before the bell, and they were brawling on the floor. And then after Bushi's elimination, LIJ, they double team Kanemaru and pin him. He gets eliminated in 9 minutes and 29 seconds.
Yep. And then Suzuki came in, made the save. He ends up working that knee bar on Naito, which is almost like a reverse figure four, which I happen to really like. That
it looks so painful.
Naito struggles, gets to the ropes, sets Suzuki up top and follows. Then Suzuki dragged him to the apron. They battled out there. Suzuki kept teasing the gotch, and for some freaking reason, I keep thinking he's going to land the gotch on the apron.
Oh my god.
Because I'm a mark. Like, he never lands it, but whatever. Yeah. And then what ended up happening after that?
So yeah, he teases the gotch. Sonata drop kicks Suzuki, and then Naito pulls him down to the floor. So Suzuki.
Oh, that was right.
Yeah.
He just pulled him down, and then he walked away smirking.
Naito didn't even care that he just eliminated himself. But
he was so happy with himself.
Yeah, he was just happy that he eliminated Suzuki. And of course, Suzuki was pissed.
Suzuki lost his freaking mind.
Yeah. So then,
and I think didn't he like throw a chair at him?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were like, my God.
Because Naito was like kind of like smiling, like walking around, and like Suzuki just came out of nowhere, like tossed a chair at him.
Yep. So yeah, they brawled on the floor, but it was more like Suzuki just kicked the crap out of Naito, and then every time Naito would get beat up, he would kind of just like fight back a little bit and then walk away. Like it's kind of awesome. I can't wait to see their one-on-one match.
So now we're back in the ring with Smith and Sonata,
the two best guys from their two teams.
Yeah, Sonata gets the skull end in, but Smith powers out and tries to eliminate him. Evil saves Sonata, but then Archer comes in. Sonata is then able to eliminate Smith by eliminating over the top rope in 14 minutes, 18 seconds into the match.
He ends up fighting Archer with drop kicks. Archer fights off the Paradise Lock. Thank God. Hits a pounce and dumps him out. So then that left us with Evil going against Archer. Evil ended up working over. Maybe this is why I didn't like the match as much, because a lot of my favorites got dumped a little earlier.
Yeah.
Evil ended up working over Archer, hit the Fisherman's Buster, which I love that move, by the way, for 2. Archer ended up battling back, hit the Black Hole Slam for 2 count. Evil fights off the choke slam. Desperado makes the save. He saves Archer, and then Archer is able to eliminate Evil at 17 minutes and 16 seconds. That brings us to Takahashi.
Yeah, so he's all left alone in there. He picks up the pace on attacking Archer. Archer drills him with a lariat. goes to the apron. Takahashi drops Archer to the floor. Archer's out of there. 19 minutes and 33 seconds into the match. So Desperado is left for Suzuki-gun, and he goes on the attack on Takahashi. It's a spine buster for a near fall. Takahashi fires up, goes for a clothesline. They both go for a clothesline, double down.
Double clothesline. Straight Hogan Warrior style.
Back to their feet. Takahashi hits a super kick, dynamite plunger for a near fall. Desperado uses the ref as a shield, and then Kanemaru attacks Takahashi, which gives Desperado the opportunity to get a cradle for the win.
Yeah, I think my criticisms of this match are probably twofold. One, the Suzuki Gun bullcrap. Two, the storytelling and the pace of the match. Maybe it's just the fact that the heels went over by cheating, which, you know, is whatever. I mean, there's a time and place for it, but it didn't have the feel-good story, and also the like the way they built to that crescendo the first night with that elimination match.
Yeah.
This one, they ended up with some weird, like the whole thing with like Archer against Takahashi felt kind of weird to me. So the pacing was a little more hit and miss. I thought that the match from the night before was very complete. However, I will say this. 2 nights with 2, what I would probably say were lackluster shows. I think we did a good job, like, covering them just now, making them sound better than they actually were. But both main events were actually fantastic. Really, 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 really
those elimination matches are, I mean, they don't do them often, but when they do, they're always really good.
We got 3 this year.
Yeah.
It's been awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, like, I'm all for it, especially since like all these different feuds this year. We talked about this off the air, how last year it seemed like we were getting these one-on-one feuds and it like long-term story, but this year it's been all about factional warfares.
Yeah.
Like ever since Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah.
Has ended, like going into you know, the shows after that. I forget which shows they were, but yeah, it seemed like month after month after month we've had faction. So it's been nice for them to bust out these elimination matches. And with that, basically, you know, everyone did get time to shine in this match. You know, we got the Suzuki and Naito interactions, which were probably the highlight of the whole match. After the match, Desperado and Kanemaru beat down Bushi and Takahashi and kind of got to look strong and stand tall. And that ended the night. And those were the first 2 nights of these Road 2 shows, which we have a lot of them.
Yeah. There's a lot more Road 2 shows coming up, and we'll cover the rest of those on next week's episode.
Tune in next time to Keepin It Strong Style. No, I'm just playing. Anyway, so yeah.
All right, so now we're going to jump into questions. We had a lot of questions sent in from you guys on Reddit, Facebook, and Twitter. So starting off with the Reddit questions, user H Part 2 asks, will the junior heavyweight title ever main event a show over the heavyweight title?
Oh, that's an interesting question.
Yeah.
Let me just say this. I hope not. I feel like if it does, something's wrong.
Yeah, I mean, the heavyweight title is the top title in the promotion. If that title is being defended, it should be the main event. Or
something's really right. One or the other.
Yeah.
You have to have something seriously big and seriously, like some sort of angle that is so... I don't know that I can ever recall ever in the history of New Japan that there's ever been any kind of angle, story, you know, program in the junior division that's ever warranted that the junior title headline above the IWGP title. So either that's got to be such an incredible like storyline that it is far and away beyond what the IWGP title is, or something's really wrong in this promotion.
Yeah.
Something has gone off the rails where the IWGP title is not headlining, but I really can't see that. I can't. Who knows? Hey, maybe it's happened before and we just don't know about it.
Maybe it has. I mean, from the time I've been watching, I haven't seen it.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine that.
It would have to be a situation similar to what we saw at NXT TakeOver last weekend, where they had such a hot feud that was bigger than the main title match.
It would have to be the feud and not the title at that point. Like the feud, like the title would have to be secondary. I almost feel like, unless not that it's normal, but I mean there are times in the past where some shows have had like the heavyweight title in the middle of the show for whatever reason, and maybe it's not necessarily that like the last match of the show is the headliner, but it just happens to be that the IWGP title or the junior title goes on last. But I literally can't see any situation personally. I don't think it would happen where the junior title has more prominence than the heavyweight title.
Right.
As much as I want there to be more of a crossover between the two, I just feel like that would be crazy. I mean, if it was any other promotion, I'd be like, yeah, but the IWGP title's just, it's the most prestigious and well booked like title that exists out there. I mean, I don't see it. I couldn't see it.
And then
Great question though.
H Part 2 had a second question. He asked, will Rey Mysterio be in Best of the Super Juniors this year?
Absolutely not. No.
Yeah.
No, he won't be.
I mean, there's rumor that Mysterio is going to be a participant in the Greatest Royal Rumble match.
That's not even a rumor. He's going to be. He's going to be in New Japan this year.
Yeah, he is, but he'll probably... Well, I mean, he originally was supposed to wrestle Liger, and he was...
Dude, he's going to work the Cow House.
Yeah.
That's what's happening. Like, I'd be very surprised to see him come to Japan. He hasn't worked Japan since, like, the 90s, and even then it was for war, and it was a couple times. Like, if he does end up in New Japan, he ain't working no Best of Super Juniors.
Yeah.
He's gonna work a bunch of smaller shows. Why would he do that? You know what I mean?
Right. He's gonna come in for a one big match, not a series.
Do you know how much money like Rey Mysterio Jr. gets per show?
Per show, yeah, it's a lot.
Bro, I think it's something like $25,000 on the Indies.
Yeah,
he's literally like the most highly. His show price is higher than almost anyone else on the Indies right now. And it's not that he doesn't deserve it; he does. So I mean, they're gonna pay him. They're gonna pay him like 25 G's for like how many nights does Best Super Juniors go? Like 14 nights,
something
10
like
nights?
that. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
To come in, he's not working Super Juniors. I don't even think his body can hold up working Super Juniors. Like, if he won it, which he would if he was in it, probably, or he at least make it to the finals. And what does that do? Like, no.
Yeah.
It's too bad. I mean, maybe back in the day he would have.
Yeah.
But not now.
So next question is from Legible Toe 762. He said, all things considered, do you prefer the heavyweight tag belts or the junior tag belts? And do you think they should be kept separate or should they be unified?
That's a great question.
I mean, for me, I don't know. I mean, I guess it really depends on what feud is going on. I mean, I think kind of like the last year, I mean, I feel like the junior tag titles might have produced...
How invested are you ever in either of these belts?
Not much, man. It's pretty much like whenever the Young Bucks are like the tag...
That's literally what I was about to say. Like, when the Young Bucks were the champions, that was like about
and
Machine?
Roppongi Vice. And then, and War Machine with tag champs. But, I mean, we've mentioned this on the show before that they should unify the junior tag and heavyweight tag.
There just really is. I mean, for a company that lacks depth in those divisions, they do a fantastic job booking with what they have. You know what I mean? Like, they still keep like the stories going and they still keep the machine rolling. But I mean, no one's gonna sit here and be like, New Japan has the greatest, heavyweight or junior tag divisions, or that their titles really matter that much. It's one of those things where it's like, I don't know. It's like a feather in your cap if you're a tag team and you've held those belts, because you're like, I went to Japan and I held the tag belts. But like for the local guys, I don't know, man. They need to. I feel like they do need to just unify them because there's not enough depth, really.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, I would love to get some, Rockers versus Power of Pains, like junior versus heavyweight tag team action going. I feel like there's better stories they could be telling there, as opposed to the way that things are now.
Definitely.
So I'm all for it. I think a lot of people are. We're not the only ones. It's not like this. We're the first ones who ever said
right.
This.
I mean, pretty much anybody who covers New Japan thinks that they should be unified. Yeah. Undoubtedly, Dean asks, who do you think will take up the mantle of Bone Soldier?
So, I mean, we're assuming at this point that someone will be Bone Soldier other than Bone Soldier.
Right, other than Captain New Japan.
Kitamura.
What if this whole Kitamura thing was a work for him to become back as Bone Soldier?
I don't know. Kawato. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
I really don't. I think there's a good chance that Bone Soldier is Bone Soldier.
Really?
Maybe. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's a swerve. Swerve, bro. I don't know. Who do you think?
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, we heard the speculation, maybe Flip Gordon.
I mean, he's the only guy that's like involved in that storyline that like would kind of, I guess, make somewhat sense.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
Goldust. Goldust's gonna come in as Bone Soldier.
Oh my gosh.
He'd be infinitely better than Bone Soldier.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Thanks for the question.
So, got a bunch of questions from Mr. ACP. First, he asks, who in New Japan has the best entrance theme and who has the worst?
Well, for me, I want to take it first because I don't want you to steal my thunder. The best entrance theme in New Japan by far is Tetsuya Naito. You agree?
I mean, that's...
there's a lot of great...
I don't know. I really like Okada's theme.
I like Okada's theme. You like Goto's theme a lot.
Yes, I do. I love Goto's theme.
I'm not so big on Goto's theme. Who's got the worst theme?
Izuka.
Yeah, I don't like Izuka's theme. I really, really don't like Yoshihashi's theme.
Oh, yeah.
His theme sucks. But I've never really sat back and thought about who had like the worst.
Right.
I mean, Suzuki's got one of the best themes.
Oh, yeah. Kazne ni nare.
But I mean, it's Naito by far. He's got the best entrance music. I'm feeling like I like the God theme song. I like
Omega.
Omega's theme song.
Dude,
is awesome.
the Young Bucks New Japan theme is kind of whack.
The Young Bucks theme sucks.
Yeah.
You know who I don't like? I don't like the Roppongi 3K theme song at all.
I don't know. It's kind of like caught on with me. Roppongi, Rocky Yo and Cho to save the day.
No, I love the Best Friends theme song. Yeah, that theme song's awesome. I don't know who. I'm trying to think like who's got a really bad. Oh, Juice's theme song's awesome.
Yeah,
but still, I mean, Ace. What's Ace's high? It's not High Energy anymore. It's Power and Love now.
Yeah, go Ace.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Although his old, theme music's better. I like Taichi's music. I do, man.
If it's the gimmick.
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, I don't know who's got the worst. Like, I really don't know because I don't.
Suzuka.
A lot of the guys who have bad theme music don't even get their music played very often.
Yeah.
Because their music sucks. So, yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. It's Naito. I mean, that's all that really matters. Naito's music's the best. Do you agree or you think someone else is better?
I'm going to toss up between Naito and Okada.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think it's close.
Yeah.
Naito's music sounds like a 1990 Sega Genesis. It's awesome. It's like the best theme.
Yeah.
The only theme I liked better than that in New Japan was, oh my God, freaking, what's wrong with Nakamura?
Oh yeah,
Nakamura's old music.
And we all know I love Cody's theme.
Yeah. You know which theme I don't like? I don't like the new Golden Lovers theme.
Yeah, it is kind of lackluster.
It's weird. I don't like it. So yeah.
Then he asked, do we prefer Japanese or English commentary?
I prefer the English commentary.
I also too prefer English. I mean,
but not always.
I mean, there's nothing against Japanese commentary. I mean, we had Japanese commentary for these last two Roti shows, and it was good. It's just we speak English, and it just helps to understand more what's going on.
Here's my thing. I like the English. If you'd asked me this question like a year or two ago, I'd been like the Japanese commentary, actually, to be honest with you. So it's not just about the fact that they speak English. it's really one thing. Don Callis and Kevin Kelly
are an amazing team.
They're just so good. When it was Steve Carino before and all that, no, not really. I would rather listen to the Japanese commentary. Yeah. When Kevin Kelly was less acclimated to the product as well. But now he's great, and Don Callis is awesome. The nights where Don's not there, I'm not as into it.
Yeah, when it's just like Kevin Kelly and Rocky.
Kevin Kelly's great. Kevin Kelly is like guiding guys by the hand.
Yeah.
So don't get it twisted, guys. Like, I like Kevin Kelly, but yeah. But I mean, I can watch. I've been watching Puroresu forever. I mean, that's nothing. Like, Japanese commentary is awesome. I don't understand it, but still, it's still great.
Then he says, which, if any, of the current top juniors could you see making the jump to heavyweight someday?
Takahashi,
Kushida.
Yeah, those are like my top two guys. But like, I don't know about Kushida. I mean, like, I think he can, and I think he probably should. But Takahashi, I could see him going heavyweight for sure.
Yeah. Maybe Will Ospreay.
Maybe, but that's my guy. Like, it's Takahashi.
Yeah.
Like, I see him as a heavyweight star one day.
All right, next question from Mr. ACP. Favorite wrestling finisher and least favorite?
I guess I'll keep it New Japan oriented.
Yeah, I think he meant the New Japan.
The One-Winged Angel.
Yeah, I mean, it's the most protected finish in New Japan.
I mean, yeah, I love the One-Winged Angel. I mean, the Rainmaker, of course.
Yeah. Destino.
Destino's great. I mean, yeah, all the top guys have, like, awesome finishers. Who has, like, a sucky finisher in New Japan?
Hanare. The Samoan drop.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. I don't even know if they're going to keep that or not.
Yeah.
You know whose finisher I love? Ishii hits him with the brain buster, bro. I love it.
It's not a finisher, but the V trigger.
Yeah, the V trigger was supposed to be one, but it's not. I don't know. Is there, like, who has a bad finisher in New Japan? I'm sure there are guys with, like, bad finishers, but I don't like the GTR. Yeah. I think the GTR sucks.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of GTR.
He's got better moves than the GTR.
Ushigoroshi's
way better
than GTR.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question, though.
And then the last question from Mr. ACP, he says, Miho or Peter?
Peter.
I don't know, man. I love me some Miho Abe, but she's been MIA, so I'm a little heartbroken here. Gonna have to go with Peter, because
I love Peter.
All right.
Although, what was our
Mr. ACP?
Mr. ACP. If you had thrown Brandy in there, we all know who would have won that by a landslide. So let's not get it twisted.
And then moving on to Vertimati's Automat. He says, what's the deal with Kitamura? Any insight as to why he's gone?
Okay, stealing the thunder from our
news section.
From the news section, but that's good. Let's knock it out. So what is the deal with Kitamura? No one really knows.
Yeah, and so
I remember basically last week I was on the New Japan Reddit and I saw that Voices of Wrestling Twitter had posted basically that they were like, hey, we're hearing rumors about Kitamura. Or no. Rumors about a current signed like New Japan star. We're looking more into it, but if true, then many people are gonna be gutted. It was like really cryptic, and a lot of people were like criticizing them about like how cryptic the post was. I had no problem with it, I guess, but I was like, what are they talking about? What is it? I got worried, bro. I thought someone died. So eventually later in the week, we started basically seeing that the rumors that were coming out had to do with Kitamura. And at first they were saying that he, the injury that he suffered being concussion related meant that he was either, at first the rumor was that he was fired, and then it was like, no, he's not fired. He has a concussion and he has to retire due to that. And then the rumors started coming out that the concussion story is not a real story at all. It's a cover up.
Right.
For something that's apparently the words were like darker and more sinister, whatever that means.
Right. So we don't know exactly. There's something like going on out there trying to like keep from us. Yeah, so it wasn't just a concussion.
Dave Meltzer covered it on Wrestling Observer, right?
Right. I mean, pretty much in the Observer, last week's Observer, he was pretty much kind of going into the background of Kitamura. He mentioned, he'd been out of action for 5 weeks. And he said there are reports that he's out of action with a concussion and his career is over. But those within the company have said the concussion is a cover reason. And it was another yet undisclosed reason why he's not expected back.
So, Dave is not the kind of person to necessarily say, oh, I talked to someone from the company and they said this, that, or the other. If he says that he's talking to someone in the company and they're giving him this, like, insight, then he talked to somebody in the company. Yeah. So, with a guy that has, he's not always right, but he has, from all reports, a lot of journalistic integrity. I don't think he would come out and say, hey, this is a cover up, basically, unless like he really could back up what he's saying. And then just the kind of the vibes and the tones that have been out there as far as like the hushed way that people are talking about it, it leads you to believe that something really bad happened.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's like drug related or sexual misdeviance related, something of that nature. That's kind of like with the two, like no one really knows anything, so it is speculation, but those tend to be what people are like kind of pointing towards, or some sort of like violent like deal. So I don't even know. What do you...
Yeah, it has to be one of those things. I have no idea what it actually is, but it's something. Obviously, it's not good.
I just wanted to see the finish of the 7-match series. I guess we're never
right. We're not going to get that. We're never going to see Kitamura again.
I guess all my like predictions about Kitamura coming in and like winning the title and like being a monster like might be donezo.
Yeah.
So that's kind of crazy. Like,
even if he does come back from being cleared from whatever this is, he's probably won't get pushed to.
We'll keep our ears peeled and posted. We know as much as you guys do. Once we know more, we'll definitely be following along with this story. But right now, that's about the gist of it. There have been a few news outlets have covered it, and we don't know much except for the fact that whatever it is supposed to be pretty bad. And, with the way that the Japanese culture is and the things that they do take seriously, drugs is one of them. Sexual misconduct is another one. And those seem to be the things that people are kind of like leaning towards. So it's all speculation, but we'll let you know when we know more about it.
All right. So next question's from Stone Pitbull 141. This was a pretty interesting, weird question. It says, which wrestler has the best nipples? Hard mode. You can't pick Kojima.
I think that's for you, bro. Oh my God. Like, what kind of question is that?
Yeah, that's...
Kidani. I don't know.
Milano.
Yeah, like Kevin Kelly. I don't know, bro. Get out of here.
Yeah, man. Troll. Next question from Jimmy Spammer at JSpammer1 on Twitter. He says, not familiar with the G1 Climax pool selection. How many Bullet Club members do you think will make it? And will they put them all in one pool to further the storyline?
Okay, so what we end up usually with 20 guys? 10 in each pool?
Yeah.
Who's usually in it from the Bullet Club? Kenny.
Mm-hmm.
Fale.
Mm-hmm. Yujiro.
Is Yujiro usually in the
G1?
G1?
Is he not?
Tama was.
Yeah, Tama was.
I don't think Yujiro's in the G1.
Okay.
Yeah, because he wasn't even in it. Remember the promo he cut this year about how he was going his way back into it?
Yeah.
He's been in it in the past, but
yeah.
I think there's only 3 guys right now.
Yeah.
Cody wasn't in it last year.
Right. Hangman Page wasn't in it last year.
Who could I realistically see being in the... And I'm not even going to count Ibushi.
Right.
Although he adds to the story. There's only 10 spots.
Obviously, Omega's in.
I think Cody's going to be in it this year.
Omega, Cody, Fale is going to be in. I could see Hangman Page being in.
Oh, I think Tama will be in it for sure.
Yeah, Tama. So
I don't know about Hangman, but maybe. For me, Hangman's a maybe, but Cody's a for sure. I think Cody and Kenny will definitely be in it.
For me, I think Hangman's for sure.
You think so?
Yeah.
Man, there's only so many spots.
I know. Well, I mean, Kojima's out.
Yeah, but still.
Nagata's out.
Still. That's a big maybe for me.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. G1's one of those things. I mean, we'll know when we know, but I don't know.
Could they possibly put Matt and Nick Jackson?
I thought about that
in G1.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'd be really surprised by that.
Yeah, that would be like a big surprise to me. I don't see that happening, but
I'm ready for them to come have a tag team run. Like, what's going on? Like,
yeah.
let's get these big bucks in the tag team pool.
Yeah.
Freaking liven up this tag team division. Like, let's get this Killer Elite Squad versus Young Bucks match popping off.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. I don't know. I think at max, 5 guys at max would be like. There's only 20 spots. That's a quarter of the field.
I think some of them will be in the same block. Not all of them.
I mean, will the storyline even be at that point still going on? You know what I mean? Because we're getting matches already between Cody and Kenny and Cody and Hangman and all that stuff. So I don't know.
Well, I think it's still going to go on. I don't think it's not going to blow off till probably All In.
I don't know. I'm not a fantasy booker. It's really hard to say, but I mean, I will say this: no more than 5 spots. There's no way that they're going to take up more than a quarter of the field with their Bullet Club bullcrap. I mean, New Japan's got more stuff going on than just that. That's not even the premier story in this promotion. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So next question from Tokyo Wrestling Fan at TWF87 on Twitter. He says, do you think there'll be any surprise entrants in Best of the Super Juniors this year?
Hope so.
I expect there to be, and this, I mean, the one guy I expect in there, it's probably not really a surprise now, would be Flip Gordon.
Yeah, we actually talked to him after. Surprise! We talked to a wrestler. Oh, no. We talked to him at the after party after WrestleMania, and we got to ask him, we're like, Flip, you gonna be in Best of Super Juniors? What's the deal? And he was like, that's the plan. I hope so.
Yeah.
So I mean, not a guarantee. I mean, he didn't sound like he knew anything more than we did, but I mean, I think it's a pretty safe bet.
I mean, he could have been working us too. Like, he could have known, and it was like.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really know. I'm sure we'll see someone from Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, we'll see someone from Ring of Honor. Hopefully, we see like someone on the independents that's out there. Like the Japanese independents. That would be really cool.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I mean, the junior division is kind of stacked. They got a lot of guys. So
right. I mean, I would love for Show. I don't know what Roppongi 3K is going to be doing.
Show's been in it before as a young boy. And so is Yo.
Well, I want to see graduated Show in there.
Yeah. I don't know about, I mean, surprise entrance.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't have anyone like in mind. I'm hoping Volador Jr., but
that wouldn't really be a surprise, really.
I think people want us to say something crazy like
Rey Mysterio.
Like Phoenix Jr. or Rey Mysterio or something. Like, nah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we'll see a surprise entrant. There always are like guys from outside the company, but maybe someone from Europe? Possibly.
Yeah.
You know? Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe even somebody from Impact, maybe?
Could be.
Don Callis might.
Yeah, I mean,
might slide somebody.
That would be cool. Yeah, that's something to think about. Yeah, Best Super Juniors is we'll know around I think Hinokuni.
Yeah,
is when they're gonna start announcing that stuff.
Yeah.
So keep your ears posted. We'll let you know.
Next question, Lee Marshall's Mustache at LM Stash on Twitter. He said, which statement could you make that you truly believe would also tick off your co-host?
Oh snap. Do you have, bro?
I mean,
I wish we had prepared and I'd these weren't off the cuff questions. I wish I'd reviewed these questions and I had some answers ready to go. What is a statement that I could make that
would tick me off, or it would tick you off? I mean, I don't know. I mean, we're pretty on the same. We live in a bubble of wrestling. Like we share the same opinions. It's kind of stupid. Yeah. We should have got more different hosts so we could have a conflict or some shit. I mean, obviously we love Cody and Rich doesn't.
I'm trying to think of like what's a statement I can make that would like piss you off. Man, I don't know. I really don't know. Do you like? Can you think of anything?
No.
I mean, is there something that you think that I don't agree with?
No, I mean, we pretty much agree on pretty much everything. Yeah.
I mean, a lot of times when it comes to New Japan, we have a lot of the same opinions. When it comes to outside of it, maybe there's some differences.
Maybe, it wouldn't really piss you off with the whole Roman Reigns thing. I mean, you don't think...
I was literally going to say, I was like, the one thing I can say is like, I don't think Roman Reigns is a good wrestler.
Yeah.
Because he's not.
I don't know. I think he is. Well, whatever. Let's not talk about WWE stuff.
But I don't know. Like, I don't know... I wish there was like a match you love that I thought I was like, freaking suck. That, you know what? I will say this. That was actually a great question. I just don't even know. It's a cop out, but I don't know of a good statement.
Yeah.
That I truly believe that would like tick you off. I think like what he's fishing for is like us saying like someone's either sucks or a match like is great, which isn't, or something like that.
Yeah. But I mean, we're all in the same wavelength, man.
I don't know.
Yeah. Then these last set of questions come from our Facebook group, the Wrestling Squared Circle. Two questions from Kyle Morse. He said, first question, who the hell is finally going to dethrone Okada? No clue. I mean, at this point, like, I have no idea.
I mean, I've been thinking Naito. I'm still like gonna lean with Naito.
Yeah.
But you know they maybe like, I mean, a lot of people want to see Omega do it.
Yeah.
But you know who if I was gonna make somebody, and I mean truly make someone who I saw marketability and credibility and like star potential and like the guy that I think could carry the company, do you know who I would do it with?
Who?
Ibushi.
That's a good choice.
That would be my story. Is that Ibushi has like finally
fulfilled like this prophecy that Tanahashi like had been seeing.
Yep, that's who I would do it with. If you want to make someone, make him. Because like you can still do it, Naito, and Naito have the redemption story, but I don't think Naito's ever going to be the top guy.
Yeah,
I know people want him to be, and he's really great, but he's almost at a level where like it sounds stupid to say he doesn't need it, but like
he's like more
he's a star.
Yeah,
but Ibushi kind of needs it. Like I could definitely see that. I don't know who would you do it with?
I mean, I'm kind of an Omega guy. I mean, especially. Got the Cow Palace show coming up, and Okada wants to defend against Omega in America. That could be a big story, like change of landscape, like gives like Omega like the home field advantage.
Finally
and like
do it with Omega.
Yeah, and like change the title in America, like how crazy would that be?
There was a time where I was like Kitamura. That sounds stupid now, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a great question.
And then his second question, he said, what exactly is David Finlay's gimmick?
His hair's wet.
It's wet.
It's wet. I can't come out there looking dry now. Yeah, I don't know. He's got wet hair. He wears
he's the son of Finlay.
He wears Misfits jackets, and he's super cool.
He's Juice Robinson's best friend.
Super pale. I don't know. He's like Irish ancestry.
He's Jay White's personal jobber.
I don't know, man. Like he doesn't really have a gimmick.
Yeah.
But then again, like I did see this question, and I thought about it for a little bit, and I was like, well, what is anybody's gimmick in New Japan?
Right.
A lot of guys don't have a gimmick. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like it's not like the 90s WWE or 80s WWE.
You don't got like doing the clown like walking around.
Right. But I will say this. I think he does need more career direction.
Yes.
I don't think he necessarily needs a gimmick change, but maybe more of a defined character.
Yeah.
And I think there is a difference between a defined character with motivations and things like that versus a gimmick, you know?
Yes.
You don't have to be... And I Kyle Moore's, obviously he knows, like Kyle's one of our friends, you know, he's on our group chat, so it's not like I'm telling him anything he doesn't know. He's one of our longtime listeners, so it's not like I'm sitting here schooling him. Like I'm sure he knows the same stuff that we're saying, but I do think that there's a difference between a gimmick and then a character, or like the motivation behind a character. What is his character? Like, we really don't know. Like, he still needs to break out, but they're moving him in the right direction.
Yeah.
So hopefully, like, they can build on this, a little bit.
Then Matthew Oropeza, he says, Bullet Club is fine? ?
Clearly, it's not.
Yeah. Yeah.
We could have a long, in-depth conversation about, the state of the Bullet Club. I think we should save that for another episode, because we've got all-out civil war between these guys on the next few Road 2 shows.
Right, yeah. There's a lot of Bullet Club versus Bullet Club matches coming up, so clearly, as much as Cody says it, they are not fine.
And I feel like we've had a lot of like in-depth discussion about this too, and I think ultimately it leads to, we don't know where it's headed, but the one thing we're pretty sure about is there's going to be a breakup of some sort. We don't know all the details, but it's going to break up.
Then Matthew also asked, does New Japan believe in Juice? Will Juice have a real shot in the main event? I think they do believe in him. I mean, we've seen the steady growth of him from the time he got there to where he's at now. He's super over. He's one of their top acts. I mean, they sent him over for WrestleMania weekend with guys like Tanahashi and Ishii and Suzuki. Yeah.
When you watch him, he's a star. So, do they have faith in him? Do they believe in him? Yes. The question is, to what level?
Right.
What are we talking here when we say, do they have faith in him? I mean, I think he's a made man in Japan.
Yeah.
I really do. I think he's got a job for as long as he wants it. I think, like, he's on a level, I think, that, like, for instance, like, remember how we thought Mike Elgin might not get re-signed and stuff? I think one of these days we'll see Michael Elgin gone, but I think Juice is a lifer in New Japan.
I mean, I could see Juice winning the Intercontinental title at some point.
I
don't know if I could see. I don't know if he.
I think I could see Juice winning the
heavyweight title
one day. He's really good, man.
Yeah, he is.
He's really over there, and I mean that does sound a little far fetched, and I'm not saying it will. It's not an official prediction. I'm not saying he will win it.
Yeah,
but it wouldn't be the craziest thing in the world. I know we're in the middle of a like like the never-ending title reign. The most historic title reign in history. So it seems crazy, but this title reign will end one day. I will be sad when this title reign actually ends. But one of these days it's going to end, and there will be other champions, and I could see Juice being a champion.
Yeah.
Maybe not in his current incarnation, but 3 years from now?
Who knows? Yeah.
3 years from now? Bro, just think about...
He's still young.
Bro, look how quickly they turned Kenny Omega from a comedy act junior to the biggest star in the world. The
best bout machine.
Do you think they can't do that with Juice Robinson?
Oh, of course they can.
Yeah, they can. Bro, the guy's fantastic. Yeah. So I have faith in Juice. I think they do. I don't know if he'll ever be a main eventer.
Yeah.
I know that's contradictory to what I just said. It depends on how much of the rocket they want to strap to this guy. But if they want to run with him, I think they can. He's great.
Next question from our fellow Social Suplex networker, Clive from the Ricky and Clive Wrestling Show.
What up, Clive?
He asked us, what are your thoughts on Okada being all in?
Yeah, so let's break that news. So we've got 2 announcements for All In this past week. Deonna Purrazzo, yeah, is she's all in, and then the big news that they've been teasing for a while, but it's official. Kazuchika Okada,
the Rainmaker, is all in.
Is freaking all in,
which means that Keeping It Strong Style is all in.
It means we're going to Chicago. Oh my God, bro. Like, I don't know what it means. What are my thoughts? My thoughts are they better put him in a singles match.
Singles.
My thoughts are that, like, that is such a it's just such a brilliant move. I don't know how much that's going to cost them. I don't know, like, what the deal is with the financing of this show and the history of it and what it's all going to mean. But I mean, All In is literally right now becoming one of the biggest shows in the history of the sport. And that's not hyperbole.
Yeah. It's going to be huge. It's going to be a huge weekend.
Yeah. So, I mean, I am very, 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 very excited. I'm wondering what kind of distribution deal they're going to get with this show, if any at all.
I was thinking about today, like they should put it like on maybe Fight TV or like one of these other pay-per-view gimmick things.
I don't know what the plans are for it, but I mean, I want to be there.
Yeah.
I really want to be there.
I don't want to be there. I'm going to be there.
I've never seen Okada wrestle.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, my God, I've got to see Okada wrestle.
Yeah, we have to. And speaking of Okada, the final question comes from Caleb Bathtub Baldwin. He says, Okada fucks, true or false?
That's true.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's the world champion.
Yeah, he's a top dog in the territory.
What kind of question is that, Caleb?
Go back to the bathroom, Caleb.
Noob. Actually, I don't want to leave my boy out in the dark here. My boy, Derek Kelly, did ask us. He said, let's talk All Japan Pro Wrestling, where wrestlers sell some. Boo. They sell in New Japan.
Yeah.
They do great selling. But let's talk All Japan. How about this? We're not going to talk All Japan on this show, but you can go now. All Japan has their own streaming website. They just started the new. If you guys want to talk All Japan, they just restarted the All Japan Pro Wrestling Reddit. So, and I actually frequented it like the last couple days because the All Japan Champions Carnival's going on, which from what I'm seeing is just one of the most stacked tournaments in modern history. Guys from DDT, Dragon Gate, Big Japan, Wrestle One, Zero One, Noah, All Japan, like all the top guys are in this tournament. So we're not going to talk about it on this show, but if you guys want to catch it, they got a streaming service now. You can watch it. It's probably $9.99 or some crap like that.
Yeah.
Don't know the price. And if you want to talk about it, go to the All Japan Reddit. But and if you guys want to talk All Japan, classic All Japan, 80s, 90s, hit me up. But yeah, we're not going to talk about it on the show. But yeah, that's a good thought. We love All Japan. But yeah. And that wraps it up for the questions this week.
Yes.
Thank you for the mailbag questions.
Yeah, lots of love from the questions this week. All right, let's jump into the news. Let's run down these news real quick.
So, being the elite.
The elite.
Break it down. Okay, so Being the Elite ran their 100th episode, which is one of the longest episodes they've ever done this past week. It seems like forever ago that they did this. And the title of it was Finale. And this looks like it might be the last Being the Elite ever.
Yeah. That's how they set it up. I'm sure they will do another one once this whole like Bullet Club like stuff clears up.
Yeah, so I mean, they basically were like kind of like this was happening around the same time as Super Card of Honor, which we attended last week, and you know, kind of like showcasing the story behind you know, the Young Bucks basically figuring out what Cody was doing and like manipulating them. And then, you know, we kind of covered how when they came down in the middle of the match last week and they accidentally super kicked Kenny.
Yeah.
And then Cody ended up, you know, getting the pinfall victory and the fallout of that. Man, it seems like forever ago. But do you remember what happened in this episode? Like a lot.
Yeah, so Marty Scurll got signed to an individual record deal, so he has to leave Being the Elite.
Yeah, he can't be on Being the Elite because he signed a multi-million
dollar like singing. Yeah,
whatever. Hangman Page continued his feud with
Joey Ryan. Apparently, like he killed or like he was framed.
Someone killed Joey Ryan.
Yeah.
Although I saw that man at WrestleMania, he seemed fine to me. But whatever.
Well, that episode happened after WrestleMania. So
I saw him at the after party.
What else happened? And then
I mean, well, there was the stuff with Flip and
Brandy. Yeah, and then Cody like threw a party.
Yep, Cody threw a party with
and
him
they were
and Bernard
all like
the Business Bear.
They were all like pissed at Cody and left him by himself.
Yeah, they all left him, including Bernard the Business Bear.
The Young Bucks tried to apologize to Kenny, and he wasn't having it. And Ibushi
told him to leave.
Yeah,
and basically like Kenny said that they're not friends anymore and that they never were. That they're
it's always been
about the Young Bucks.
Yeah,
and then I don't know. That was the end of the episode. Really.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell if like this was really the end of it. It seems like they make so much money off this. It would seem crazy for them to actually end it.
Yeah.
Plus with the continuation of the stories, it feels like they're gonna keep going, but that might have been the end of the might have been the end of being the Elite.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Nah.
So, yeah, I mean, being the Elite, if you didn't see the season finale, it was one of the funnier episodes. It was definitely, definitely worth checking out. In other Young Buck and Bullet Club related news, so All In is being officially marketed as a multi-day event from Thursday to Sunday, with everything culminating on Sunday. So apparently they have plans to bring in podcasters and live man shows, and multiple different independent companies are coming out there to put on shows from Thursday to Sunday, all leading to All In. This is slowly but surely turning into indie WrestleMania. Indie Mania, bro.
Yeah.
The idea of a second WrestleMania, in the middle of the year is
awesome.
Yeah, bro, I can just see right now, WWE, doing something to try to, shut this crap down,
They'll probably do, a takeover.
They're going to do something, they're going to run some sort of, big show at the same time and try to, steal all the shine from this crap and kill it, just like they did in the 80s, but, yeah, man, the idea that All In is going to go from Thursday to Sunday, I was just whew. I'm really, 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 really excited about it.
I'm ready for another wrestling weekend.
Bro, it's not even that far away. In September.
I know.
I hope I can get the time off for work.
I know I can.
So, speaking of WrestleMania, let's cover a couple WrestleMania related topics we didn't get to from the other week. So, someone tweeted Kenny Omega this past week asking him what his thoughts were on WrestleMania. And he basically said that he did not watch WrestleMania. Someone asked him, why didn't you watch the biggest show in the profession that you're part of? And he was like, why would Michael Jordan watch a pickup game?
Right, yeah.
And then later, another thing that was interesting, and it got a lot of press coverage, was Roman Reigns ended up putting a tweet out about he'll defend his title, he'll fight anyone, anywhere, anytime, whatever. And then Kenny Omega retweeted him and he said, really?
Yeah.
Question
Roman don't want to smoke.
And Kenny said something along the lines of basically clearly this is not the case.
Right.
Speaking of which, so we've made mention of the fact that Suzuki, Ishii, Tanahashi, and Okada were in the U.S. for WrestleMania. But the news reports are basically saying that one of the major reasons, especially Okada, that they were all there was to watch Nakamura, headline a WrestleMania against AJ Styles. There was a lot of interesting fallout from the Nakamura and AJ match. We're not going to give a review on it or anything of that nature, but I think it's worth mentioning what your impressions were of just your general feeling on the match and what your reactions were. Because have you ever really seen me that pissed?
No. Oh my God, bro. You were heated, bro. I thought you were going to break something.
Oh my God. I was so pissed.
So I think, I haven't really had a chance to talk about this. So I was very disappointed with the match. I have not had a chance to rewatch the match yet. I've heard that rewatching the match, knowing what's happened, you get a better perspective of it. But I mean, I was expecting a 4.75 match. I got a 3-star match.
I just don't understand it, man. It's a freaking layup.
Yeah.
It's a layup.
Well,
it's AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura in how many people are in that arena? 60, 70,000 people?
Yeah.
On the big stage. Those guys don't know how to perform on the big stage? You gotta be kidding me. I'm getting heated about it right now. I don't know what happened. I thought about it for a minute and I thought to myself, maybe Nakamura got washed overnight and we missed it.
Yeah.
But then someone pointed out, they're like, but what about
Fastlane?
What about Fastlane when he wrestled Rusev? And what about his Royal Rumble performance? What about all his great TV matches that he's been having? And I was like, my God, you're right. How, in what world could him and AJ Styles not have something that was at least 4.5 stars?
Yeah.
In that environment, bro? Are you kidding me? The other thing too is that there are matches that these guys have had in WWE with other people that have literally stolen spots directly from their Wrestle Kingdom match. So it's not like they forgot all the stuff that they did during Wrestle Kingdom.
They were told not to.
They didn't do any of it.
Because they were told not to.
Bro, they could have done a condensed 10-minute version of that Wrestle Kingdom match and got a 4-star or whatever.
Yeah.
Something happened.
They were told not to. They wanted the emphasis to be on Nakamura's heel turn.
Here's all I remember. I remember being nervous about how bad the match was going. Really nervous. Thinking, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up,
Yeah.
pick it up, pick it up. Come on, guys. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Since when has AJ Styles had a bad pay-per-view match?
It's been a while.
In WWE.
It's been a while.
Bro. He had a better match with Shane freaking McMahon.
Yeah, he did, bro.
And I normally wouldn't even talk about a WWE match on this show, but it's just the fact that these are two all-time performers in this company that we love, and then you put them in this other company that like we don't. Well, maybe you love, but I don't. I've lost my love. This is one of the reasons I'm not watching that crap anymore, because look what they did to my boys. Look what they did to my boys, bro. And then he had a better match with Shane McMahon last year. Yeah. How is that possible? How?
Shane McMahon, the ultimate worker, man.
And then they were working, and I really had to go to the bathroom. And then AJ hit he hit him with the Styles Clash, and I thought to myself, okay, it's the first Styles Clash. It's a WWE match. They're going to kick out of a few finishers. So this is the point where they're going to sell for a while, and I can go to the bathroom real quick. I got up to go to the bathroom, and when I heard the mat slap 3, I turned around, and I was like, no freaking way. And it's not just sour grapes, because I don't care that Nakamura lost, and I wouldn't care if AJ lost. It's that those dudes had a 3 3.25 star match at WrestleMania. That's all I'm gonna say about it. That's all I'm gonna say about it. There were people that thought the match was okay, but I've heard nobody be like, that was a classic.
Because it wasn't.
I've heard nobody be like, that was great.
Because it wasn't.
So what are we doing?
Well, I guess there's more of a story to tell. Nakamura's a heel now. Clearly,
okay. In what world do you book a storyline so that you can start a feud at WrestleMania?
You typically don't, but
that is the stupidest crap I ever heard of.
Jinder Mahal was also our WWE champion for 6 months.
You don't build a match to be put on your biggest show so that you can try to build for a B-level pay-per-view. What business sense does that make?
Yeah, man.
It makes, you put a crappy match on, and people are like, oh, don't worry about it. They're going to have a better match on the B pay-per-view. Why would you have a better match on the B pay-per-view when you're on the biggest show of the year and you have a terrible match? What about that business makes me want to watch them ever wrestle each other again?
Yeah.
If they do wrestle again, I'm sure they are. I'm not going to watch it. Unless it's after the fact and someone says, oh, they had that 5-star classic you were waiting on. And then I might hate watch it. I'm so pissed, bro. Yeah. I'm so pissed. Nakamura, please come home. AJ, please come home. Please. Bro, AJ, the Bullet Club was never like this when you're around. We need you. Bro, Nakamura, Chaos is like half heels and half like tweeners. Like, we need you, bro.
Oh my god.
My god.
Oh, yeah, man, let's stop talking about this.
I'm done with it.
Yeah, let's move on.
Anyways, but yeah, so I did hear basically stories where Suzuki basically got up and just walked out of the arena as soon as that match was over. I also saw that Tanahashi was thought it was hilarious when Nakamura turned heel and was just laughing in the crowd. But yeah, so I mean, I would be embarrassed if I'd gone out there to see my boy and then they did him like that.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say about it. That's it. That's my rant about freaking WrestleMania. So anyways, we got some other news. So Shibata is returning to the U.S. For the LA Dojo. They're running 2 different open tryouts from April 30th to May 4th, and then again from May 7th to May 11th. He actually just put out a disclaimer, and I'm going to read you guys a little bit of what he said because I thought it was pretty interesting. Basically, that they're accepting applicants to the dojo camp sessions in May. And Katsuyori Shibata said, "Hello, everyone. This is Shibata, the head coach of the New Japan Dojo training camp in LA. If I find any potential in the students, I would like to officially train them to become New Japan Pro Wrestling wrestlers at the LA dojo. I have already found 3 samurai in the previous camps. You can apply to participate in the camps as many times as you like, so keep challenging. Show me how much you want this. I'm looking for samurai with strong heart, fiery spirit, and tough body. Are you the one?" So that got me kind of hyped.
Yeah.
I want to be a samurai, but I'm not willing to go through the fire. So we got that covered. Did you see the comments from Zack Sabre Jr.?
I think I did originally, but it's been a while.
Yes, this actually came out shortly before WrestleMania. We didn't get a chance to cover it on the news the other week, but shortly after Sakura Genesis, or the road to Sakura Genesis, there was a backstage interview that got Zack Sabre a lot of negative press in Mexico. So they were cutting a promo, and they were saying like, Suzuki Gun, we're taking over. We'll take over England. We'll take over Japan. We'll take over America. And then and then Zack Sabre goes, "Not Mexico.
Yeah.
Mexico can F off."
Yeah.
And then Taka tried to like
Calm him down.
calm him down, 'cause they've got like sponsorships with CMLL, and they don't like take that crap like they take it kind of seriously,
Yeah.
And he told Zach not to say that, but Zach says, "Okay, you can go to Mexico then."
Yeah.
Well, like apparently like local news coverage in Mexico like actually picked this up, and like they're like pissed. Like people in Mexico like are legit pissed. I don't know if this is a work where they plan to bring this dude down there as like a mega heel, but like all I'm gonna say is like Zack Sabre Jr. better like watch his back while he's down there. You know what I mean? They don't play like for real. They don't play in Mexico. So that's kind of a controversial thing. How about Zack Sabre Jr. is now an official full-time member of New Japan Pro Wrestling?
Yeah, we mentioned that on last week's episode.
Man, I was so wiped out last week. Also, in other news, Kevin Kelly has a new like coverage or like a new article series that he's doing. It's on the New Japan website. It's really good. It's called A View from the Ringside. I highly encourage you to check that out. His first, issue just came out. Really, really good. On June 23rd and June 24th, Minoru Suzuki will be holding his 30th anniversary festival in Yokohama. More details to follow, but that was just recently announced. LIJ, all 5 members of LIJ are confirmed for the May War of the Worlds shows.
For Ring of Honor?
For Ring of Honor here.
Yeah, they usually work that tour.
Well, they're confirmed again, so that's,
I wish they were coming a little bit earlier, because Ring of Honor is going to be in Lakeland, which is not too far away from us, on the 28th.
Yeah, we should go to that show, definitely. Right. But also, we have a new show that's going to be coming out here in the short future. One of our writers, and then also one of our former co-hosts of the SMC podcast, which is no longer. We'll get more into that. Caleb Baldwin is starting his own show called
The Wrestling Wash.
And he's going to be our guy covering Ring of Honor and covering Impact. For those who still watch that. But it's going to be good. So LIJ's coming. So those cards, every time LIJ comes, it's really awesome. Also, did you hear about the issues between Davey Boy Jr. and Jake the Snake Roberts?
Yes, I did. During WrestleCon, Davey Boy Smith was getting in Jake the Snake's face something he said about his father not being able to work or something like that. And Davey Boy Smith Jr. told him to apologize. He didn't want to, and threw hot coffee on that man.
Yeah, so I guess he told him like Scott Hall had also been involved in this as well. Like this was going back to like a Twitter beef, and when they like saw each other face to face, Davey Boy said something to Scott Hall. Scott Hall apologized, and then he said something to Jake, and Jake basically said, "I'm not going to apologize. Nothing I said wasn't true." And he's like, "All right, let's step outside, handle this like men." And he's like, "I'm not going to fight you. Like I'm an old man, basically." And Davey Boy right there in the middle of WrestleCon like threw hot coffee like all over Jake the Snake Roberts. So. Yeah. I don't know who's in the right or who's in the wrong there, but there was a lot of fans they all saw it happen. So there's a lot of reports about this. So I don't know if that will have any bearings on Davey Boy going forward, or if this is just one of those things between the boys, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But that happened. Also, Dave Meltzer's official match ratings for Sakura Genesis came out. The big thing here, this was a show that did very well in the star ratings. He gave the match between Bullet Club and the Young Bucks a 3.25 star rating. The tag match between Chaos and Suzuki-gun, 2.5. Bullet Club, 6-man tag against Togi Makabe, Michael Elgin, and Taguchi for the Never Openweight 6-man tag team championships, 3 stars. Taguchi Japan versus Chaos in a 6-man tag, 3.25. LIJ against Suzuki-gun in a 6-man, 3.75. The 3-way tag team match for the junior tag team titles between Suzuki-gun, LIJ, and Roppongi 3K got 3.75. And Will Ospreay versus Marty Scurll for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship got 5 stars. The Golden Lovers versus the Bullet Club tag team match got 4.25 stars. And then Okada versus Zack Sabre Jr. for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship got 4.75 stars. So, I mean, I think we said this on our review of that show. It's it's a candidate for
Show of the year. Yeah.
And these star ratings reflect that. I think that a lot of us were not as high in the Ospreay Scurll match as he is, but it's got me. I think I need to rewatch it now.
Yeah.
I think this is the 3rd or 4th match this year that's gotten 5 stars from Dave in New Japan. I know Okada Omega did. The Golden Lovers tag team against.
You mean
the Golden Lovers tag team
Jericho Omega?
Yeah, what did I say?
Okada Omega.
My bad. Yeah, Jericho Omega, Golden Lovers versus Young Bucks, and now this match.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So hats off to those guys. They worked really hard. They got a 5-star rating. This one was awesome. Did you get to see the new Showbuckle video about long-term storytelling?
No, I have not gotten a chance to watch that yet.
If you are new to the show or new to the product and you don't know what Showbuckle is, go to YouTube, look up Showbuckle, watch this guy's
he's
videos.
done some great videos in the past. The rise and fall of Tetsuya Naito.
That one's great.
He did one on the Golden Lovers.
Yes. Oh, the 2-part series that he did on Okada and Tanahashi.
Yeah.
I think that's his best work. And, well, actually, the Shibata video is really, really good, too. But you need to see, the long-term storytelling. I've heard people actually recently who didn't seem to know what long-term storytelling even was. If you want to know about New Japan's long-term storytelling, watch the Showbuckle video. It will, and even if you do know, still watch it because this guy's work is freaking awesome. Also, speaking of Okada and Tanahashi, Daily DDT just came out with the article today, The History of Tanahashi and Okada. If you are not caught up on this feud between these two guys, who happen to be 4-4-2, by the way, and this might be the last match they ever have against one another, you want to check out that article. I read it today. Excellent write-up. I want to give a shout out to the guys over at Daily DDT for that write-up. Lionsgate 12 will be on May 15th, and we will be getting the Lionsgate debut of Daisuke Sekimoto.
We saw this man against Keith Lee at the WWN Super Show.
Great match.
I'm really pumped now.
I got to see him at the after party.
Yeah, we saw him at the after. He was
dressed up like the Incredible Hulk. He had green paint all over his body.
For the Kaiju show.
Yeah, but I'm excited. He's going 1-on-1 with Umino. So I'm pretty sure Umino is going to win that, right? No, he's gonna get killed.
Yeah.
Hopefully Sekimoto ends up in the G1, bro.
Dude, that would be sick.
Also, Super Strong Machine is going to be doing a retirement ceremony at Korakuen in June. Guy's been wrestling forever. That's pretty big news. In other related news, now this one's kind of a weird one. So earlier this week, they announced this Greatest Royal Rumble thing that they're doing at WWE, and they had announced a match between Undertaker and Rusev. Then they changed the match, and all of a sudden it was Chris Jericho. That was we weren't going to talk about it, but then when they talked about Jericho, we thought it was newsworthy because
we've been waiting on Jericho to come back to New Japan.
We've been waiting for him to come back to wrestling. We're like, what's this guy doing? Is he coming back? Is he going back there? Is he coming over here? Now all of a sudden, literally today, a few hours before we start recording this show, apparently he's pulled from the match and Rusev's back in the match. But I'm like 100% positive they're going to be having Jericho work that show.
Yeah, he's still working the show. He's just in the 50-man Rumble.
Hopefully it'll be a deal like Rey Mysterio where he works that show and he can come back. I'm still holding out hope that he ends up working one of these California shows or something.
Yeah.
But it's looking bleak, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, it's looking
like the door's like slowly closing. It's like it's each month passes away. It's like
I almost wish that he would have just like cut that promo at the press conference and not made the run in the next night at New Year's Dash.
Yeah.
Because like now that he made that run in on Naito, I just really want that match to happen, and I don't think we're getting it, bro.
Yeah.
You still think we're getting it?
I mean, why would they do that angle if they were not going to come through with it, man?
Some final Ring of Honor related news. So there was apparently a backstage fight this past week. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I did hear about that. Not exactly sure who was fighting, but you know, Cody made a tweet saying that they like trampled his Chipotle and he hadn't been in a backstage fight in a while. And then one of the Young Bucks tweeted like, "This type of behavior doesn't belong in my locker room."
Yeah, I saw Scorpio Sky tweeting about it.
Yeah, Flip Gordon said something about it too. I forgot what Flip said.
It didn't seem to be a storyline or anything.
No, this was like a shoot fight.
Someone got into a fight. I mean, it's been a while since you hear stories like that.
Right. There was a lot of Ring of Honor shows over the weekend. I know they did a live show on Honor Club, and there was also TV tapings. So, I mean, I'm not sure who, like I said, like, we don't know who was actually in the fight, but whoever it is, it's probably not good for them.
Yeah, I don't know. Other interesting stuff. So recently Cody came out on Twitter and saying that as the leader of the Bullet Club, the first change he was going to make was inducting women into the Bullet Club. Well, then Brandy got on Twitter and said that she wanted to basically be officially entered into the club, that she already should be because she took a V-trigger for him and her back was still hurting and she was his wife. And then Cody came back with like the most classic like line ever. He's like, "Baby, that would be nepotism." He's like, which I am adamantly against in the wrestling business. This is coming from a man whose name is Cody Rhodes.
Oh man, Cody's great.
And then he said, "But we're going to keep you under consideration. I'm rooting for you, kid."
Oh my god.
And then she said, "This is some bull."
Cody's great.
So I thought that was something that was like kind of interesting, worth mentioning. Speaking of Cody, someone actually put out this write-up about Cody, detailing his entire past from his entry into WWE until the point that we're at now. If you're on the New Japan Reddit or this Wrestling Squared Circle, you need to check that out. I know it's not necessarily like news, but I'm telling you, that write-up that was done, I'm going to give you some shout-out because that write-up was freaking awesome, and we need like more contributors doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Final last things. Marty Scurll's moving to the U.S.
Wow.
Yep. So he made the announcement just the other day that he's going to focus on wrestling in the States more, and he is officially moving to the U.S. So maybe we're going to get that title run after all.
Yeah. I know the TV tapings, I believe he won a match to get another title shot.
Hopefully it's a better match than the one they had at Supercard.
Well, they won't have Omega versus Cody on the card, so it should be.
And then finally, this just came out today, and I thought it was really cool. So there was 4 matches that involved New Japan stars from Rev Pro, and 4 matches from Supercard that involved wrestlers from... Oh, I said Rev Pro. From New Japan. There was New Japan stars on the Rev Pro show during WrestleMania weekend and Supercard of Honor. They've uploaded 8 matches, 4 from the Rev Pro show, 4 from the Supercard of Honor show. So these are some of the shows that we reviewed just the other week.
Yep.
And you can watch this if you are a subscriber to New Japan Pro Wrestling. You'll be able to check this stuff out. It's up there now. Some of those matches that we like talked about, like Zack Sabre Jr. versus Ishii, definitely check that out. The 6-man tag with Ibushi and Ospreay from
that was great.
From Rev Pro, you definitely. Suzuki and Jeff Cobb is up.
Oh my gosh, that match
was awesome. And then all the matches from Supercard, they were really good. And obviously Cody and Kenny is up on there now. So if you haven't seen it yet, it's on New Japan World, so it's your opportunity to check that out. before we go, because that wraps it up for the news, did we want to make any mention of some of the changes that we got coming to the shows?
Yeah, so there's a lot of changes coming up on the Social Suplex Podcast Network. First of all, the One Nation Radio program is going to be turning into a solo show. Rich Latta is going to be doing that show by himself. James Boyd is taking a sabbatical. WrestleMania 34 beat the passion out of him.
Bro, he's not the only one.
So, yeah. He's
maybe he needs to come on Keeping It Strong Style, cover a good product.
Yeah, excuse me. James was on our Secure Genesis episode.
You all right, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, so James was on the Sakura Genesis episode recently. If you caught that, you got to hear him. James and Rich, just to kind of give you guys some background. I mean, we've had the Social Suplex Podcasting Network for what?
Like 5-6 months, I think.
Not even. Yeah, I mean, when did like SMC start?
Like September or August, I think, something like that.
Yeah, so prior to that, One Nation Radio, which was started by Rich Latta and James Boyd, they've been doing their show since 2012, I think. So 6 years going strong. I mean, that's a very long time. They really, literally are the backbone and flagship for what we do. When our friends brought up the idea to start the SMC podcast, we thought it would be a perfect union, and to kind of put them on Jeremy's platform.
Kind of combine Social Suplex and One Nation Radio.
But One Nation Radio has been going on longer than Social Suplex. So I mean, for everything that James and both James and Rich, but in this case, James, since he's going to be taking a break, everything he's contributed and done, really there probably wouldn't be this show. There wouldn't be the other shows and the different connections and things that the growth of our network, it wouldn't exist without what they started 6 years ago, basically.
Right.
So, I'm sure it's not like James isn't going to come back, but
right.
It's for the time being, it's not going to be the same. I am excited to see what Rich ends up doing with the show. And
he's already done his first show by himself. There was One Nation Live, which is up on the network right now. It was very good. So go ahead and check that out. Support Rich in the current state of One Nation Radio.
But I just want to thank James for everything he's done. I know he doesn't always listen to the show, but if he catches the show, thank you for everything that you've done. No joke. We wouldn't be able to do the show without you. And hopefully we'll have you back on in the future. And, I'm sure James will be doing something great here in the near future.
Oh, definitely. And then you've probably already seen the SMC podcast is done. And that's kind of split into two new podcasts.
The SMC podcast is not fine.
Yeah. So
no, they're fine. They're just going in different directions. Doing different things.
So Rance and Carl are now running the Outsiders Edge podcast. They had their first episode last week. And then Caleb Baldwin, we mentioned earlier, he's starting the Wrestling Wash podcast,
which will be focusing more
on Ring of Honor and Impact,
which I'm excited about.
Yeah,
because I don't watch both of those products enough. So someone giving me kind of the update and the insights, plus Caleb has the perfect radio voice.
Yeah,
something weird about that. He's got the best voice of any of us. I don't know why.
So check that out. He did a 30-minute pilot that's up on the network. I'm not sure when his first episode is going to be dropping, but stay tuned to the network to find out. And then there's also going to be a couple of other shows coming to the network that will be covering independent wrestling. We don't have the details finalized on these shows yet.
The only thing I can tell you guys, it might be coming from the land down under. I don't do a good Australian voice, but yeah, we are thinking that we're in talks to have another show.
We're talks of have two different independent shows.
Yeah, we've got two different independent shows, one here in the States and then one overseas, coming from Australia. So Ricky and Clive are already, they're in Scotland?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean...
So the network...
Social Suplex is going international, baby. We're taking over.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're excited about all the new shows and the changes and everything that's happening.
And shout out to Ricky and Clive. They're staying the same.
Yeah.
and they've been killing it.
Yeah, you guys have been pulling in awesome numbers.
Yeah, they had a great week last week, so keep checking out Ricky and Clive. I love the quiz time. If you guys are...
it's quiz time.
with Ricky and Clive and friends.
A
fucking WWE quiz. So yeah, check that.
We need to quiz off with those dudes because I'm pretty sure we'd bury them. And you know what? I know that they're listening. I'm about to cut a promo on Ricky and Clive because I know they listen to our show. And I'll anytime, any place, anywhere, as long as we're both awake in the same time zone, brother, we will beat you in a quiz. This is official. I'm throwing the gauntlet down.
Oh, the challenge is on.
Yeah.
Keeping It Strong Style versus Ricky and Clive.
My mind's like a steely trap. You want to talk about WWE?
We're already the Palm Harbor WWE quiz champions of the world.
Yeah, we won a freaking title belt at that WWE quiz that we went to. We buried everybody there.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're awesome.
Yeah. So that wraps it up for this week.
It felt so good to do a real show. Thank
you guys for downloading and listening to another week of Keeping It Strong Style. Next week we'll be back with more coverage on the road to Wrestling Dontaku. Make sure you connect with us on social media. On Twitter, the show is @KI Strong Style. Our parent brand, Social Suplex, @Social Suplex. I'm on Twitter @Jeremy L. Donovan. On Facebook, facebook.com/Social Suplex. We also have the Wrestling Squared Circle group. That's facebook.com/groups/Wrestling Squared Circle. And then finally on Reddit, I am the Pro Black Guy. Josh is Keeping It Strong Style. And don't forget to check out all the other shows on the network that we just ran down. So go ahead and subscribe to the Social Suplex Podcast Network and support us, all the shows. Leave a rating and review.
And seriously, guys, before we go into the good night and goodbye, there is a big gaping hole in the podcasting space when it comes to coverage of Puroresu and New Japan, and we're seeing new shows pop up left and right. But we come to you guys every single week, every single Tuesday on the dot with the most in-depth and most thorough coverage. We might be goofballs, but we are super enthusiastic about this product. There's not any news pieces that go by us. We cover all that freaking crap. We do all the in-depth coverage. I think that this show freaking rules. We got an awesome intro, awesome outro. This man's got awesome graphics. When we mess up, he edits that crap out. You guys don't even know about it. But seriously, the only way we're going to grow is by word of mouth. So if you guys dig what we're doing, we don't make money off this, but we just want to see the show grow, the network grow. We want to see the coverage of New Japan grow. And there's jabronis coming in left and right. They saw that the Purocast is done. They think there's an opportunity to take the title, but we're here. We're coming for the crown, baby.
Yeah, we're coming for the crown.
And we need you guys to share this because this is a good product, and we want to interact with you guys. If you guys like what we're doing or you think that there needs to be a change, hit us up and on Twitter, on Facebook, MySpace, Instagram, Napster,
oh my God,
LimeWire, all that crap.
Yes, man.
But seriously, hit us up. We're on Reddit. We're out there, and we're very interactive. We take those suggestions to heart, and we want to interact with you guys. We want to see the show grow, and yeah, definitely share us. We need it.
Yes. So on that note, goodbye and good night. Bang.
I didn't mess it up this time.
Thank you for listening to Keepin' It Strong Style. We'll see you next time.
So yeah, if you can say this is Tanahashi and listening to Keeping It Strong Style.
Hi, my name is Tanahashi. Nice to meet you. Yeah.
So you listen to Keeping It Strong Style.
Yeah. Yeah, I keep update. Yeah. New Japan business getting better. Yes. These days. So yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry. I'm studying English.